Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do? We gonna dub?
News networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
Look up something in back check, kind of like cross reference.
Yeah, I should put the.
Hey, look that shit up. That's the name of your show.
Yeah,
that's right. What really drew me in.
Remember, we want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.
We got us another hit.
Yep. EUX. I'm dyslexic. The King Chuck ENTDEUX. That's the backup page. Please check us out there. Help us out a lot. You know, like, share, and subscribe. Yo, and hope I don't get in trouble for playing that last video. I probably shouldn't have played that shit. I'm always testing the damn waters, bro. That shit gonna get me.
You are now swimming.
Who and what are we gonna complain about tonight?
You are now swimming.
This is copyright.gov, U.S. Copyright Office. More information on fair use. Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright-protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as examples of activities that may qualify as fair use. Section 107 calls for consideration of the following 4 factors in evaluating a question of fair use.
Dime qué tú quieres, papi. ¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti? Mueve, mueve. ¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así? Así. Mueve, muevo. Mueve.
Hey, you. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. Hey, you. Mueve. Make your body shake. Mueve. Make your body shake. Mueve. Make your body shake. Mueve. Hey, you. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. We up in the place. Mueve. Hey, you. Mueve. Make your body shake. Mueve. Make your body shake. Mueve. Make your body shake. Hop, hop, jump, skip up on the floor. If they didn't know, then we gon' let them know. Drop low. Giving them a show. We gon' give them something that they never seen before. Hop, got 784. Bouncing on the beat while keeping the flow. Stop, watch, freeze and go. Cock-a-doodle-doo is what you eating off the floor. Pop, lock, do it by yourself. You know you the best, you don't need nobody else. Rock, hip, toast to success. You was born a winner, so you never nothing less. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle,
¿Te gusta cuando me muevo así?
bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle. When we come through, make you move just a little. Clap, clap, snap, do it from the hip. You can do this whether you stand or sit. Pump, fist, do it with your wrist. Pump it back and forth like you trying to catch a fish. Hip, twist, do a finger kiss. Rocking back and forth as you make your body shift. Top, tick, do it like you sick. 2 + 4 is 6, and that's arithmetic. Top, 6, we gon' let it rip. We got your attention and we not gon' let it ahead and know what's up. Now his shoulders rolling while you showing them your stuff. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Hey, you, we up in the place. We up in the place. We up in the place. Hey, you, make your body shake. Make your body shake. Make your body shake. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle. Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, wiggle.
¿Quieres que lo mueva para ti?
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle,
¿Te
wiggle.
gusta cuando me muevo así? Así.
Bow, bow, rock, rock, shake, shake, wiggle, 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 wiggle. Make you move just a little, 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 just a little.
One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. A mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's time to check the mic and best the bet. I'm about to wreck it to the leather. Jealous people hate but don't debate. Just check my measures. Electric by design. I even shine in stormy weather. Attempt to meddle and tether this mental treasure, and you find yourself embedded in the chasm in the desert. Thirsting for hydration, no libation, empty kettle. Take it to another level, add the bullet and the shovel. Got you on the bubble, double trouble. See you stumbled, and it's about to get repugnant like a kitten in the rumble. Quick to fluff and tumble, best be humble when we come through, cause I have you stiffing under. Mama wonder where you went to.
1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. What you gon' do? It's the KCE crew. We making you look like Fu Manchu. Proper grasshopper who with the kung fu. Cut and slice nice like Benny Hanna do. Take quick bites like the tip of a piranha tooth. Go ahead and steal my mic. Watch it blow up right in front of you. We coming to give you something good like some Beetlejuice. Give you something good like some Beetlejuice. Who do you think you are? You ain't gonna get real far. Driving your shifty car, following Diddy farts. I'ma be a Twitter star. I'ma be a Twitter star. Keep dreaming about how big you are, cause we about to pick apart everything that's in your heart. Control and leave you torn to shards. Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte. Selling junk like San Francisco. Wax on, wax off Daniel, son. Selling junk like San Francisco.
1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm tripping cause my mind's gone from always seeing tragedies. Can't close my eyes cause it's around me, I just call it reality. Can't paint no perfect picture like an artist they can't sell. It's what they try to instill in me, but my pockets seem to swell. Doing it like them ghetto boys did it back in those days. And we been jamming Pippin Bun, long live UGK. And before Eminem, we had Bill and Gangsta Nip. But we don't trip unless we on the plane taking a trip. And these suckers trying to contest us, but they find out we ain't no busters. We much more than screw, we keep it gutter. Mic check 1, 2, y'all cannot touch us. We don't be causing no problem, son. Coming at me like Daniel, son. You would get defeated, wax on, wax off, out to the righteous one.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. You already know. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Dude, I could blink my eyes and provide an entire fountain of sound effects pounding directly on your neck, having flashbacks of the tragic act back when the boom bap was replaced with pop rap or hip hop or whatever you call that. We need a lockbox or something to keep this weak pox from spreading. I'm heading outside of the outsiders, opening your mind wider. Silly rabbits are at it again, but they can't hide us. Sit tight, Mr. Hip Hop. We'll find your daughter. Ought to be easy. She emits a homing frequency. We picked it up back in '98, and we're actually surprised that it took us so long to triangulate her exact location. But congratulations, check it out. We about to get her right now. We already found the captors, trapped them and slapped them around. And burn the hideout to the ground.
Yeah, A 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Let's make it hot. A 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2.
It's not just talent.
That's what you ought to do.
Gotta know what the fuck you doing.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. When the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Don't play and shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
I will hit any chick who likes sodomy, sex on stilts. While a big top watching me, I eat fish like a culinary prodigy. I leave you like an open home. I just can't quit. Feel like it's a part of me. My wrist on lit. Time to join the party. We check the list quick. Who got the bottle? See a poker face chip. I know she gonna swallow me, bite my lip. While I'm watching people watching me, that's not it. Won't you climb right on top of me? My mind's so sick. It's a function of my bodily. My mind's so sick. It's a function of my bodily. I feel it, you feel it. She say I'm feeling it inside of me. I dig it, you dig it. We digging all over your bodily. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom. Come get it, I'm with it. I'm gon' get it on the bottom.
Shawty come and jump on my ride. That's what you ought to do. Let the sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing sign, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. I done heard, I done thought, now I wonder and wanna see. Said you really are the king of the jungle, but can it be? Now you really gotta work and be holding the head of me. Cause if you don't know how to stroke, it could cause a catastrophe. I'm a soldier, so I seek and destroy you so naturally. Put some scratches on your back and then ask what the matter be. Demonstrations while the dudes and the women be after me. Leaving weak and desperate, crying to see me on bad knees. They saying where she go? Daylight, flashlight, put me on extra glow. I tried to tell you though, platinum sunshine's about to blow. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. Platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
You want it, so come on, we gonna follow me. We like fines like Hanukkah, marijuana by the tree, like a harmonica. Lick it with no teeth. I like when it's sloshing and getting salty like the sea. Gotta sliding it off and make sure it's softening for me. Reach the top of the mountain and have you sounding out your teeth. It sound like it's coughing and talking, saying more please. I'm sticking and stabbing it. Jason for a heat. Roll it on over and go get on the floor, please. Some of you born in October, long as you over 18. Going to prison for pussy, just something that I can't see. Old bitch and she ready, she can munch a dick me. Gon' hop in my Chevy, we bout to hit the scene. Man, the spot is so heavy. Hopping, I seen, man, I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team, man, I'm fresh and so ready. Popping like team.
Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do. Shawty come and jump in my ride. That's what you ought to do. The platinum sun is starting to shine. You feel like calling you? I think I wanna give you some time. You better follow through. Stop playing shine, show me your grind. That's what you ought to do.
Hey, how y'all doing out there? How y'all feel? Remember, we want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up for your own sake. Yeah, man, how y'all feel, man? I ain't gonna lie, I'm freaking tired today. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, I ain't gonna lie. Freaking exhausted.
Wake your ass up.
How you feel, Deuce?
Shit, I'm good, bro. Good. I'm really happy now the rain pushed out.
Oh, you got caught by some rain?
Yeah, up here in Missouri. I was over in Harrisonville, Missouri. Now I'm over here by Kansas City now, so it's pretty good right now.
That's good. That's good. Let me play this clip right here. It should be funny.
Are you missing your microwave? Don't even buy another dog. Just put a picture of my friend's wife on your door, and beggars will return your items.
Shut up.
And they will treat your house like they return desk at Macy's.
You know, every day I dream of a gorilla punching you in your third nose. You know that? This is an African proverb. Nobody will understand.
Return it.
Oh, your mother's an ape.
Come on.
Welcome to another African proverb. Nobody will understand.
Friday knowledge.
Oh, for the love of God.
Come on. A pigeon cannot eat bread without an appetite. Neither can your auntie, but somehow both of them can drive.
What in the flaming fuck are you even trying to say? How does that make
My
sense?
friend, tell your wife to stop posting picture because every time she posts picture, I believe somebody is missing a dog.
You're an asshole.
The amount of picture your wife is posting, I ask myself, how many dogs are missing from this city?
Oh, whatever.
Beggars are just entering home. Kwabena, are you missing your microwave?
For a long time.
Don't even buy another dog. Just put a picture of my friend's wife on your door and beggars will return your items.
Shut up.
And they will treat your house like they return desk at Macy's.
Oh, for fuck. You know, every day I dream of a gorilla punching you in your third nose. You know that? This is an African proverb nobody will understand.
Return it.
Oh, your mother's an ape.
I don't know why that guy's funny to me. Like, he's so funny to me. It is
good, man.
Same old shit. I got a few things I want to talk about. I only got a couple of things. I'm gonna kind of bullshit around a little bit till I get there. Hopefully give people time to get in here. I learned my lesson from starting the show off too fast because I end up repeating myself over and over. And I want to keep the quality of the show up, you know. So and I usually have someone that stays with us like the whole time. I don't want to be repeating information to people that's been watching the whole time.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, man. So what's good, bro? How was your day?
It was all right, man. I can't complain. Shit, I worked all day though.
That's what's up. That's a good day. Shit, get that bread.
I guess.
I ain't mad. I know it's not what you would necessarily want to be doing.
Yeah.
But hey, bro, you got that opportunity. That's just like now, you know, I'm up here. Today was my son's B-Day, and you know, he got some gifts and stuff, and you know, he wants daddy to be at home, and I'm like, man, but you know, I've been pushing to get this work, so we got it. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna trip. Hopefully, Lord willing, I can get back at a decent enough time tomorrow. And still go out to dinner with him, or if not, for, you know, at least I'll be off Sunday, Monday. I know for sure probably Monday or whatever. Me and him will probably go grab some sushi or something. He loves sushi, so.
Yeah, that's cool. I love sushi too.
Yeah, it's a little restaurant by my house called Ohio Sushi Bar. It's a Japanese restaurant. It's actually really good, bro. They make it fresh. You sit down. It's kind of like all you can eat, but each roll that you order is made to order. So it takes a little bit to get it, but it's pretty good food, man.
That's cool.
Yeah. So we'll make it happen, bro. Make it happen.
Is this video real? They could have I don't know if it's real, but
yeah, Frank, you have those projections for Q3? Yeah, let me pull them up right here real quick. I'll pull them up at you. Oh, my brakes. Hey, Frank, are you okay, man? Oh, my brakes. Oh, my brakes.
Oh, my God.
It's a really ripe opportunity, but I think Q4 is going to be even bigger for us. Yeah, Frank, you have those projections for Q3? Yeah, let me pull them up right here real quick. I'll pull them up at you. Oh, my brakes. Hey, Frank, are you okay, man? Oh, my brakes. Oh, my
brakes. It's probably not real, but it's still funny as fuck. Anyways. The randomness of the internet.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Let's see what
that Holyfield won in the Olympics. Fun fact. These are the actual flames that Holyfield won in the Olympics.
No telling.
Who is that? That's Big Boy from Outkast. Big birthday party. Yeah. Let me see. What did it say? Affirmations before bedtime. I release today and call back my energy. I bless and release any pain, worry, or anxiety about my life. I welcome a restful sleep and easily receive messages from the divine in my dreams. I now welcome peace as I rest my body and recharge my energy and soul. I am always safe and protected. I guess. It sounds okay. I have to be careful with those because the words got to be. That's the quote. Y'all saw this? This has been going around. I wonder, is that's his wife? Who is? No, that's somebody who works there. She was like, oh my God, I can't believe this dude said this. Like, shut up, Chuck.
What happened?
Y'all didn't see this? I'm finna play it.
Hey, don't leave me alone. Don't come here out and fuck your mama. Hey, don't leave me alone. Don't come here out and fuck your mama.
She's like, don't say stuff like that, Chuck. You're gonna get us all fired. Shit. Damn, I didn't even see what happened. That car got fucked up. Couldn't even see what happened. It must have been a bomb in the car. I didn't see nothing hit it. Oh, so let me see. I guess I could start getting into it. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. Cypress Hill. They icons. He's a meme. You saw this? Wait a minute, you driving. I'm not gonna play no nothing you gotta watch.
Mujeres que siendo tu madre se cagan en tu madre. Yo no entiendo esa pendeja. Tener una madre puertorriqueña está cabrón. Esas son las únicas mujeres que siendo tu madre se cagan en tu madre. Yo no entiendo esa pendeja. Tener una madre puertorriqueña está cabrón. Esas son las únicas mujeres que siendo tu madre se cagan en tu madre. Yo no entiendo.
That a dude?
Well, it was a dude's voice, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was just one of those TikToks. You know how
Gotcha.
they do it. I'm about to get into it. I'm kind of looking for some. You know what? I'm just gonna do this while I'm looking for it, so I can pull this up. Chris Swetnam. Okay, boom. Let me see. I want to make sure because I think I can play these Al Jazeera videos. I sent a couple of videos today about Hawaii. I think that shit is interesting. The utilities. I really want to cover that, but it's a John Oliver skit, so I can't play none of that. I love to talk about it though. I might come back to that because I really want to dig into that.
I gotcha.
But this Al Jazeera report about Hawaii caught my eye. I think I can play this Al Jazeera. I can't remember if I got in trouble for playing Al Jazeera before. I'll be trying to keep up with that shit.
Who would you get in trouble by, right? Because you're not streaming on YouTube right now, are you?
Yeah, I'm back on all channels, by the way. I meant to announce that, but yeah, I'm back on all channels, and I have been since Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But you know, they made the video from last night private. So it's weird. Like they didn't give me a strike, but they was like, you didn't do the community guidelines, and it's private, and I can't unprivate it. So it's like this weird, but I'm okay with that because it's not giving me a strike. I don't even know. They just said content guidelines, so they didn't even tell me what or how or what the fuck it was. I don't even
What
have
video?
I don't even have the option to edit it and put it back up, which I could do anyways because I have it in other places. But YouTube, the video from last night, the one we talked about, because I don't know what it was. I really don't. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know what it was. The video from last night on both of the YouTube channels is locked. You can't watch it.
The video from last night. I'm trying to remember which one you played. Like the one about Bush where he slipped up and said Iraq instead of Ukraine.
I don't know. I don't think me playing that video is what got what was making it block. But yes, it was yesterday's show. So, but it could have been any part of the show that did it. Yeah, I think I could play this Al Jazeera. I'm not 100%, but anyways, it's interesting anyway. So let's just do it. How long have I been off? 26 minutes. I think that's long enough to clear some of the bots. I'll be waiting for the bots to leave too.
Yeah, and I heard it.
I'm seeing a side of Hawaii that most people never do. This land is sacred to Native Hawaiians, but the United States Army turned it into training grounds. After World War II, the Army obtained a 65-year lease for 30,000 acres from the state of Hawaii. The price, $1. What is your relationship to the Army right now?
The reality is, it's pretty up.
Today, Indigenous Hawaiians continue to see their sacred lands shot up, bombed, burned, and marched over.
That's exactly what the military is all about. Desecrating, 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 desecrating.
The Army's lease expires in 2029, and a fight is already brewing to get the land back.
When is it going to stop? When are they going to realize that the Hawaiians have nothing left?
I came to Hawaii to learn how the U.S. military took Native Hawaiian lands, what they've done to them, and what it'll take to get them back into Indigenous hands.
And I bet most people didn't know that the U.S. military still has an active training site on Hawaii where they freaking shoot bombs, and it's really like ridiculous. They're going to break it down in this video, but I didn't know this was going on.
Get rare access inside the Pohakaloa training area. It's the largest training grounds for the U.S. military in the Pacific.
The size of Pohakaloa training area is 210 square miles, which is, for comparison, almost exactly the size of Guam.
Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Cronin is the commander of the Pohakaloa training area, or PTA.
What PTA provides is the training opportunity to reach the highest levels of readiness. And you can do that at PTA because of its size. To train on these types of munitions, you need room. And PTA has that.
Native Hawaiians, also known as Kanaka Maoli, have used this land for at least 8 centuries. But following World War II, the Army started training here. Since then, they've dropped bombs from planes, launched rockets from helicopters, shot targets with mortars and artillery, and left behind unknown amounts of unexploded ordnance, meaning bombs or ammunition that didn't detonate after they were fired. Commander Cronin brought me to the live fire range to show me what the Army does at Pohakaloa.
Tell me what we just heard right now, what we're seeing.
The units on the ground training are practicing their techniques and procedures for when they encounter the enemy. There's another one.
This happens every day?
It happens not necessarily every day, but pretty regularly.
It must be a big task to go in and clean all that up.
So for the impact area where we're firing now, we let that be.
Oh, it's never cleaned?
The impact area is left as it is when we fire in there, and that's for safety reasons.
Does that mean like decades and decades and nobody goes in and picks the stuff up?
Correct.
Wow.
So it's decades and decades of exploded fucking bombs and ammunitions out there in this field. And it just so happened to be sacred grounds for the Hawaiian people.
To understand how the US military became so entrenched in Hawaii, we have to go back to the 19th century. That's when the US military began occupying island nations in the Pacific to establish itself as an imperial power in Asia. At the time, Hawaii was a sovereign kingdom, but in 1893, the US military helped Anglo sugar plantation barons illegally overthrow Hawaii's Queen Liliuokalani. 5 years later, the US annexed Hawaii, and the military's footprint on the island chain began to grow. During World War II, Hawaii's position in the Pacific made it crucial to US military strategy. And in 1964, the military secured a lease for 30,000 acres of land that they could train on for the next 65 years, all for $1.
30,000 acres for $1. How do you get that deal?
So they practically got it free. Oh, I can imagine looking at Pohakuloa through their eyes. It's wasteland. It's large.
This is my island. This is our island. What is the reason for all this bombing?
Ku and Maxine are native Hawaiians who live 20 miles away from Pohakuloa. In 2014, they sued the state for failing to protect the environment there.
We suspected that there was very little inspections going on at trial. We found out in 50 years they had inspected the place 2 times, except that one of the reports was completely blank. So it ended up being one inspection in 50 years.
In 50 years.
How often were they supposed to be inspecting?
They should have inspected at least 25 times, but no, only 1 time.
In 2018, a Hawaii federal judge actually sided with them, saying that the state failed to malama aina, using the native Hawaiian words for land stewardship. He also ordered the army to clean up its mess of bombs.
In 2029, when their lease is supposed to be terminated, they're supposed to have the place all cleaned up. Well, I think they're going to tell us they're not able to clean up, but it's too dangerous to clean up.
Then that's what they're going to do. If we can't get that land, you're not going to get the land, Hawaiians. Oh, yeah? We'll see.
The military says they need to keep training in Pohakuloa for national security. What's your response?
Well, for me, it's just the opposite. Instead of them being here to protect us, actually, we become part of the target. We're expendable.
The military trained people on 130-something thousand acres. You send them to war, and half of them come home dead and without limbs. So how is it efficient? I lost 2 brothers in Vietnam. And this is why I'm here. So I swore I will fight the military no matter what because of my 2 brothers. So what's important? Our land. Our land is important.
What is the Army's relationship with Native Hawaiians here?
Here at PTA, we have a strong relationship with Native Hawaiians. We have the utmost respect for the community here, the cultural and the history.
There are some Native Hawaiians who say that this is their sacred land and that the Army being here has desecrated and polluted it. How do you respond to that?
I understand their.
He said this clip right here is really crazy because he's like, we have the utmost respect. At the same time, bombs are exploding in the background. This is like their sacred land.
That this is their sacred land and that the
history.
There are some
relationship with Native Hawaiians. We have the utmost respect for the community here.
Did y'all hear that? One more time.
We have the utmost respect for the community here, the cultural and the history.
There are some Native Hawaiians who say that this is their sacred land and that the Army being here has desecrated and polluted it. How do you respond to that?
I understand their concerns and I listen to them and I communicate with them with humility to develop that increased understanding.
Communicate with humility to get the increased understanding.
To them, these are sacred lands, and yet here we are seeing them getting blown up.
I would just say again, we're training here to achieve the highest levels of readiness for our nation's men and women, and what we can do here at Pohakuloa Training Area can't be replicated in the state of Hawaii.
The campaign to take Hawaiian land back from the U.S. military started in the 1970s with the fight over the island of Kaha'alave. The Navy had turned the island into a bombing range in 1941, following Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, and virtually destroyed the island's ecosystem.
She is not a barren rock that should be used as a target for military bombing practices in the name of national defense.
After decades of pressure, the Navy withdrew in 1994. The fight for Kaha'olave inspired many Kanaka Maoli to reclaim their traditions and their lands, like here in the Makua Valley on the island of Oahu. Generations of Native Hawaiians lived here up until the 1940s, when the U.S. Army forced the 3,000 residents to leave so it could use the land for target practice.
Not only is this valley incredibly beautiful, you can feel that it's also profoundly spiritual. And to think that it was just a matter of years ago that the U.S. Army was actively bombing it, it's hard to imagine.
Activists with the group Malama Makua sued the Army and in 2004 successfully got it to stop live fire training here. Now, the group is allowed to visit the valley, but only twice a month.
So the group has to walk behind this representative from the military who first has to scan the area for potential unexploded ordnance.
We appreciate access into this valley, but we don't appreciate the fact that we have to ask permission to be in this valley.
What is your relationship to the Army right now?
The reality is, it's pretty up. Sorry for the swearing, but it's not like we're all best friends.
The Army promised they would return the land after World War II ended. Instead, they formally secured it in that $1 lease.
I think it's symbolic of how the Army and all the military works. Once they're in, they don't really want to leave.
There were thousands of people living here before the Army kicked them out. Where did they go and how does that impact this space?
They got scattered all over the place or they died. And so there are family members living everywhere. We will be searching for those descendants because they have something to say as well. This was their family land.
This is actually my great-great-grandfather. This is a photo of the property that he once lived on.
Nathan recently learned that his great-great-grandfather used to live in the Makua Valley.
How did it feel to learn that you directly descend from this place, this land?
Honest truth is excitement and scared at the same time.
Why scared?
So now that I know that they lived here, now it's my responsibility being a descendant to take care of the land that they once lived on. And that's how the land works, It's passed down generation to generation, and everybody's job that lives there is to take care of that place.
Is 2 days
Why
a
did he
month
sound
enough?
Cajun?
Nope, not enough. I try to come down here at least 7 days a week. I'm always outside the gate 2 days out of the month, then I get to come inside the gate.
Sound like you from Louisiana.
What are you doing when you're just outside the gate?
I spend a lot of time at the beachside, listening to the valley, listening to nature, because sometimes if you come down here at night, when the breezes come through the valley, you can actually hear voices, hear things. It's kind of like, imagine what life would be like back in those days.
So many generations of people who have lived and died in this valley are still here. This whole valley has life. We think the valley is waving at us all the time. Every time we drive by, it's kind of like, look at me. Don't forget me. Help me.
So come 2029, do you think the Army's still going to be training in Pohakaloa?
Damn right. They're going to keep doing it unless we get rid of them and bring our land back. You need to leave. Leave quietly, give us back the land, clean it up, go home. Go home already.
Hey guys, it's Dina in the Makua Valley. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments, and be sure to check out our entire series looking at the U.S. military's footprint here in Hawaii.
The same reason why Russia don't want them building military compounds on their borders. It's crazy. But the U.S. has been doing that forever, bro. Occupying land, taking land over, using it as they will. you know. And I mean, I get it. I understand that the military have to do training, you know, they have to test certain things, you know, but man, to properly dispose of that shit would probably be, they need to have some type of procedures or plan in place, you know, because a lot of those bombs, you know, have dangerous chemicals in them, you know.
Yeah, man. That shit is so disrespectful, you know? And it's all in the name of national security. Like they use that damn excuse for everything. Like it's what we're doing is so important that it's worth destroying your sacred land.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I say, at the end of the day, I understand that the military have to train. They have to train. You know, they have to test certain things. You know, yeah, and the recourse to that is the fact that they, you know, land, you know, and have, you know, habitats, things like that are destroyed in the process. But the fact of just leaving it there is another thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just like burying that shit is not enough. I mean, you think about all of the land, like, you know, where they bury these bombs and stuff at, that land is radioactive land because of the, you know, the nuclear type of style bombs, the, you know, the type of bombs that was buried there, you know, that it's pretty volatile chemicals that's harmful to human life, harmful to animals, the wildlife that roam that land. You know, I want to say there's a lot of land like that out around the Nevada, state of Nevada. I think New Mexico. It's a lot of land like that that, you know, and that's why they're blocking it off for them there in that valley, you know, because of the unexploded bombs or the bombs that may have exploded. You know, they're, you know, probably going through scanning not only for missiles or bombs, they're probably scanning for like radiation fields within that valley that may be too much for the human body to handle, you know.
Yeah. That ain't right. That ain't right.
No.
Yeah. I'm distracted. I ain't gonna lie.
No, it's not, you know, but it's like, well, what's the solution to it, bro? Like, what is the solution? You know, because we can't just bury it. Burying it, you know, is not enough because then it contaminates Mother Nature, contaminates the ground beneath us, you know. So I wonder if there can be, if there's some other proper way of properly disposing of it.
Man, they don't have to be in Hawaii. It's like they're taking a damn vacation to do this shit. There's plenty of fucking places they can do that kind of shit. They can do that shit in the middle of the fucking desert. How much desert area do you have every fucking where? Or in Antarctica or somewhere where it's a bunch. Get the fuck out of here. They're taking a damn vacation to do some damn stupid ass target practice and talking about its damn national security. It's beautiful in Hawaii. That's why they're there. You know, and then it's left over from imperialism. You know, it's to remind the Hawaiians what the fuck, because you know the history of Hawaii is interesting too, and I think a lot of people don't know it. I might go into it a bit.
Yeah.
I have another video. Let me read the comments. Let me read some comments. This is the first comment underneath the video that we just played. It says, deepest thanks to Dina and AJ for bringing attention to this theft and desecration of our sacred family land in the valley, PTA and Kaho'olui, including the poison water issue of I suck at saying those words. I'm sorry, y'all. This factual information and worldwide media attention is so powerful, and we, the Kanaka Maoli, appreciate you. The way that Commander stuttered, he knows he ain't right. That's how I felt too, right there on the part where the bombs was exploding and shit. More comments. It says, well, unfortunately, when the government takes something away, they usually don't give it back. And 99.9% of the time, they never give it back. Unfortunately, it's sad but true. And I hope that something changes. And I wish the Hawaiian people all the best in their fight for justice for their land. Let me read some more. It says, the LTC must have really hated doing this interview. How do you possibly answer some of those questions convincingly? Tough. Another one, it says, demons don't care how emotional you get or how sacred something is to you. They'll keep tormenting this land and the people of the land. Stay strong, Hawaiians. God is with you guys. Another comment, it says, very sad that some of the native Hawaiians are very poor while the land that was stolen from them is so valuable. That's woo. Another comment, it says, thank you, AJ. Not a lot of news agency touch this subject because a lot of them are biased. This one says, 617, that soldier was saying all those lines against a backdrop of explosions. Such hypocrisy. See, that's exactly what I said. Somebody saw it too. Another one, it says 818, to think something this beautiful could be tarnished with bombs to the point where people can't even walk in it freely. It's just so frustrating. Another comment, just thank you for shedding light, knowledge, and understanding for the land and its stewards. This made me cry. Hawaii loves Mother Nature and its soil. I can only imagine. Hawaiians need to keep their eyes on the year 2029. Don't forget the year and watch the Army very closely. If they will abide by the promise that they gave or slither out of the dishonorable snakes. Another comment, it says, the elder woman has a good point. Yeah, I wonder if they really are going to go out. You know, they're probably, just like the people said in the show, like, they're probably not going to clean that shit up. If they do leave, they're not going to clean that shit up. Anyways, I feel like I'm boring y'all. Let me see. I really wanted to
make the military clean that shit up.
Yeah, like who's gonna make them do it?
Yeah, like who can? Because I mean, the it's the government. The like, can you truly make them clean it up? That's what I wonder.
Like who has the power to put that pressure on them?
Yeah.
I really wanted to cut. I don't know if I could play these videos either. That's the reason why I didn't play them, but I want to play some clips of them. I might be able to do it. I sent some videos that was kind of funny where the guys was trying to figure out who was the black person or whatever. Did you see any of those?
No, I think those were towards the end of the ones that you sent. I watched the other ones. I got through like all of them.
Oh, I think it's on my other page. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's why, because I now that I got two channels, I can't keep up with where I saw the video. Let me see. Yeah, it was here. Okay. I think it was pretty funny. The one with the big hands. I don't know which one to play. Let's see this one. So, it's a show these guys do. Well, they do plenty of stuff like this, but it's this kind of stuff every time. It's a really big channel, so that's why I'm kind of scared of playing it. But it's got this fucking video has 6. What is that? 6. Wait, hold on. 6 million plays. 6 million plays. 700,000. So I'm kind of scared. But anyways, let's play some clips, see if we can get away with it. Am I sharing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And try and persuade them that we are white ourselves. This is Beta Squad 6v1. Thank you, Jubilee, for the idea. We nabbed you. The groups will get blindfolded, and if they discover us to be liars, they win. However, if we survive all the way to the end, we win. Let's see who's the greatest imposter in Beta Squad. Next up is Kenny.
All right, so 6v1, my tactics is just to be myself. I'm from Watford. A lot of people say I sound white, so I'll be myself with a bit of exaggeration. Hopefully they don't catch me out.
Ready? So in 3, 2, 1, guys, your 2 minutes start now.
Okay. Number 4, what do you use for your hair?
I use Head and Shoulders.
Any particular solution?
So it's a panel, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people standing. 6 of them are blindfolded. 1 isn't. The one that isn't is a black guy, and everybody in the room is trying to figure out who's the black guy. So that's the premise of it. But they can't look, they can't see, and so they get to ask questions, and that's how they do it. And then they vote on who they think is the black person.
Like oil or any kind of...
Well, I recognize this guy. Wait. Is he the, what's his name? The guy from from a convict video, the Italian guy. Why is everyone coming back? He told me to shut up. Yeah. Ah, you pussy, what do you want?
Can each number one by one tell me, like, what is your favorite food?
Number 6, I'm a pescatarian.
Number 7, I love McDonald's.
Number 3, chocolate.
Number 2, Wingstop. Number 4?
Cottage pie.
Cottage pie is too many. That's too many. He did too much.
Okay, I'm not pleading anything because I know I'm not.
Yeah, I could say the same thing, mate. I'm not the imposter either.
Copycat.
Where did you say you were from, mate?
Let's call the girl, mate.
Yeah, exactly. So where are you from? State your case.
From the
She
planet
said she was a
Earth.
singer-songwriter. Singer-songwriter. What sort of songs do you make?
Pop, rock, jazz, whatever you can think of.
Question for everyone. Is anyone a comedian?
We all are.
Yeah.
No. Number
Time's
7.
up, guys.
Huh?
Time's up.
Is that it?
That was stinky, man.
That was a stinky
That
one.
was the smells. Of Scottish pie.
So number 1, who do you think the imposter is?
4.
Kenny.
Number 2, who do you think the imposter is?
Ditto.
4? No.
Number 3, who do you think the imposter is?
4, but I feel like someone didn't talk.
Number 4, who do you feel the imposter is?
Number 1.
I just danced on his grave.
It's only number 4.
No! No! Change your votes! Change them!
Number 6, who do you feel the imposter
Number
is?
3.
Number 7, who do you feel the imposter is?
Number 1.
Yes. Yes, they listen. He's out. Kenny's gone.
I'd like to ask number 4 to take off their mask.
How did he flop? I don't even... Well, I didn't do bad. How did they clock him?
I knew it! I knew
What gave
it!
it away so quick? I'm so bad.
Because the
What was it? That voice?
You got a black voice, isn't it?
They had the face in his black voice.
Oh man, just the premise of this is hilarious to me. Like, I don't know. It throws a lot of shade on the whole thing, I think, but in a good way, in a lighthearted way, because like, you know, how it's all ridiculous anyways in a lot of ways.
You know why? Because when I asked the question for everyone, you were quiet, and I was like, "Huh, that's
No, I answered your
racist."
question. What question?
No. You were the last one, and I had to ask you, like number 4, can you answer?
Well, why do you think it was number 1?
Wrong accent. Wrong accent.
Eastern
Yeah, and there ain't many.
Black people in Eastern. He's cold. He's going. There ain't many. He wanted to say.
Oh man, flopped.
That was nice. I like that.
Happy
No,
days.
no, I flopped. I'm upset, but yeah, we'll move.
Oh no.
No, it's terrible.
Sorry, man.
I don't know how that was so flames. Did you think it was flames?
Either way, that was number 4, guys.
Well, it's stereotypical, but his voice.
Honestly, that is the quickest time anyone has gone out in Beta Squad history. That was absolutely shambolic.
Wait, before we move on, guys, make sure you click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2.5 million subs.
He's up now. Let's go, AJ.
He's gonna talk fair.
3, 2, 1. Question away.
What do you think about Will Smith's latest?
Oh my god.
I don't think of it as a racist move, but I know
Racist move. Will Smith did that. They're both black. AJ just looking so innocent, looking down.
Player number 2, what is your favourite food?
a fish risotto is quite nice. So you've got haddock with rice, and then I tend to put spices and herbs in just to add some flavor.
AJ saying shush, but he's been silent. He's shush.
I like a bit of salmon with a bit of salad.
Talk then, AJ, for God's sake.
What would be the first destination you'd go to if you won tickets to go abroad?
I'm going to Thailand in a month or 2. I'm really keen for that.
Okay, time is up.
That's the first round up. AJ didn't say anything. First round.
No, maybe that's his tactic. Maybe that's his tactic.
He shushed himself. That's the worst
Yeah,
tactic.
stay in the first round. Don't say anything.
And there you go, guys. AJ from Beta Squad. That's how we got in the group, man.
He's the YouTuber in that lineup, by the way.
So I'm going to start with number 1. Who would you like to go for?
Number 1, because I didn't hear them speak throughout the round.
1.
How is AJ just one didn't speak either?
Number 1 as well.
Yeah, they're just yeah, he's collaborating damage.
It's hard at this stage, but I would say number 7.
The fact that player 1 didn't speak, I'm going to have to go for player 1.
No, I'm dying for AJ says the same thing. I'm dying for AJ says.
I don't really speak to, so I don't want to vote number 1. I'm gonna go for number 2.
Oh, why are you being a pussy? You're like, you don't just put light on himself. Yeah. I think I'll probably be like, play 6. Yeah, right. I didn't know this.
Number 4, because she voted me.
I can now reveal to you that with the most votes is contestant number 1.
Oh.
So with contestant number 1, please unveil your mask.
If you want to hire my mark is
Well,
AJ.
no,
He doesn't say one word now.
No, if the card goes round, he has to control this round.
I can reveal to you that the imposter is still here.
It
took someone out before not speaking,
He's
yeah.
openly admit he also didn't speak. So he has
Why
to
would
speak.
you say that? Yeah, I don't know. He's bugging.
You have another 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
What does everyone like to do at the weekend or in their spare time?
I go to the movies.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Is that number 6? I can't really.
Is that number 6? He nodded. Yes, you can see him.
I tend to listen to music
What's he
because
doing?
What is he doing? You know he's finished.
I'm also a singer. I'm a professional
Interesting.
singer,
What sort
songwriter.
of genre?
Dude looks like he's stuck in the 80s and he just can't back up. That hat is mental.
So I've worked with a lot of different genres, so it's always changing. So I think you shouldn't just.
Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that because there's too much sounds and shit in there. This shit, they're gonna get me for this. I'm tired, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm fucking tired. I can't even think straight. I'm gonna just go probably a little while longer. Oh, there goes my green screen. What the fuck?
Uh-oh.
I froze. My screen is froze. Wait, let me see. Close this. Let's close this. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I need to refresh my screen. Fucking, what does it say? Trump. I'm going to... I could have read the comments under that other video. Looking for something.
Oh, I ain't finna turn up. Okay, well, that's you. Go eat me. Yeah. Yes.
If I'm so toxic, then they have to put the music and everything, I swear.
Dang it.
I like
Oh,
older.
boy.
Bruh, I thought this guy done. Bruh, I thought this guy done hit my shit. I was ready to go off. But can't judge a book by its cover. Motherfucker. Bruh, I thought this guy done hit my shit. I was ready to go off. But can't judge a book by its cover. Motherfucker. Bruh, I thought this.
Thanks to her for saying this, because if I say this, I will get called a sexist.
Some women are really weird and lack common sense. You can tell some women the simplest shit and they'll make it complicated on purpose. Hey, Christina, I know you work really late at night, so if you absolutely have to walk through that dark parking lot, make sure you carry mace or a weapon, something to protect yourself. That's what really pisses me off. Don't tell me what to do. I should be able to walk in a dark parking lot by myself, and I shouldn't have to carry a weapon. Why don't you tell rapists and murderers to stop raping and murdering? Okay, I'll tell them. Hey, murderers? Yeah, what's up? Can you, by chance, stop killing bitches? Nope, no can do. Killing people is my thing. I like to turn hoes into bitch kebabs. Okay. Well, what about you guys? Can y'all stop forcibly fucking people? Nope, I sees it, I wants it, I takes it. Well, okay, I think this conversation went really well. It seems like everybody understands each other.
I see. Why is that so funny to me? Hey, go ahead and make comments about that, Deuce. I gotta refresh my screen. I'll be right back.
That's crazy, bro. That's oh shit. You better off telling a person not to do it as opposed to telling them to do it. I swear, bro. If you tell somebody not to do something, the chances that they're likely to do it is a lot higher. That's crazy.
Yeah. That shit was funny. Fucking it's like, I don't know, man. It's kind of like the world that we live in now. It's just so.
It's like if somebody come to you and be like, "Man, bro, I got the money. Should I go ahead and get this car? I don't think I really need it." And then you be like, "Nah, man, don't buy that, dog. Don't worry about it, man. Just keep your bread." Next thing you know, yeah, I went ahead and bought it.
And that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Yeah, I went ahead and bought it. Shit, you told me not to get it, so shit, I had to go buy it.
Yeah.
Shit, I was on the fence about it. You helped me make up my mind. Thank you.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
It's a crazy
But that's
world
society, bro.
Yeah.
That's society. They go against what you say, don't do. Yeah, you tell a person to go in the wrong direction, I guarantee you they wind up going the right direction.
So fucking sad.
Oh, bro, that shit is crazy.
So you got it's the world the opposite. So you gotta tell, like, you tell them I hate you and I want to beat you up, and they hear I love you and I want to be sensual with you.
Yeah. This shit is crazy, bro. Oh shit. Motherfucker.
What happened, bro?
Oh man. I didn't have a chance to blow my horn, bro. That shit happened so quick. Ah, dude. Fuck, that just ruined my night. Ah, fucking idiots out here, bro. Thank God I didn't hit anybody. Fuck.
Yeah, man. These people out here are dumb as fuck. Somebody's knocked out for trying to stab black people with needles. What happened?
That man hit me. If you open up his minute. Me watching the whole thing, he's swung on the track. He's swung. He's breathing. I'm not going to shut up. It's the public speech. It's not no secret. I'm giving the story the way it
Well, I don't know what that was, so it's a bunch of comments, but I don't feel like digging in that. Oh, man. You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Fuck. Again.
Yeah.
Whew. Shit. I need a cigarette and a drink right now. I don't even smoke. Fuck.
Shaq is so big. Yeah, man, I can't even think straight. I'm losing it. I done lost it. It's gone.
Watch from a distance. That's the kind of stuff you watch from a distance.
This lady gave birth to in a hospital elevator.
What is it?
But no medical training whatsoever. It was just one of these things that is like, okay, you watch all this TV, you know, you got to put it into practice right now. So that's basically what I did.
I guess she came to the hospital too late. I could see that happening though. It's just when the baby ready to come, the baby ready to come. I don't care if you're on the elevator. It's time. I'm coming. It's like I'm tired of being up in here. Chicago McDonald's. Another shooting. CBS Evening News. It says 2 killed, 8 wounded in mass shooting outside of Chicago McDonald's. Is there any sound to this? Oh shit, we gotta look this up. Let me look this up right quick.
Oh boy.
Shooting. Chicago. McDonald's. How do you spell McDonald's? I don't even know how to spell that shit. McDonald's. 13 hours ago, deadly mass shooting outside of McDonald's. 45 seconds. Let's see this one. I hope it doesn't show anything. Oh, this one just shows the writing. Let's see if they got a video.
Oh man.
pivoted to roving teams to be nimble enough to be on the ground quickly if things move. So those roving teams were patrolling. They see these two groups arguing. There's different reports of whether or not there were fights in the crowd, but our teams responded to this group in this area at the 400 block of North State Street. There's a video pod camera that shows this block and shows this incident. So there's video of this incident at the 800 block of North State Street. So our officers try to wade their way into the crowd. We see on video where a person with a gun fires into the crowd. Basically, this is a disturbing personal conflict, hitting 9 people, killing 2, wounding 7. As soon as this gunman fires, he then flees when our officers give chase. Flees down into the CTA platform with our officers close behind this group. Then with the shooter, the group follows this shooter. So the group that the shooter is with, that's been arguing with the other group, they all flee down this platform with this shooter who's still armed with the gun. Our officers give chase and they capture the shooter and they recover the gun. He's arrested, pending charges. There's also another individual down inside the CTA platform that obstructs the officers from making an arrest, and that person is also charged with obstructing officers at the scene. There is a third individual, a female, who's with this group that flee down into the platform that is electrocuted on the rail line.
Damn.
Needs care and is in critical condition. At this point, we are furthering our investigation and working with the state's attorney pending charges. I'm confident that our officers captured the shooter and recovered the weapon used. As I mentioned before, there's video camera footage of this incident. There's a third person who we believe hands the shooter a gun. We have yet to identify that person, but we are continuing our investigation to identify that person so that we can charge them as well with the appropriate crime. So starting immediately, really last night, we created fixed posts in the area on State Street, as well as the roving post.
He already said that. Okay, it says Chicago police gives update on deadly mass shooting outside McDonald's. Authorities in Chicago provided an update on Friday after at least 2 people were killed and 7 others wounded in mass shooting. Hold on.
Was it a
In
mass
downtown.
shooting or was this just some, motherfuckers shooting at each other?
Well, he's saying that it was it was like a personal thing, but the dude shot into the crowd. That's what it looks like. It says, but then they call everything mass shootings. I was saying that in the other video. It says, we're wounded in mass shooting in downtown Chicago late Thursday night. Police confirmed the suspect is in custody and the investigation is ongoing. Okay. Yeah, like I say, they make everything a fucking mass shooting, so that's just to but then too, at the same time, this is fucked up. Let me read some comments underneath it. It says judges need to be out on the streets for 2 weeks before being allowed to do any judging. Maybe if they were exposed to the danger, they would stop letting these dangerous people off. Could you imagine the courage these officers must have for policing this area? My hat's off to those police. Another one says, my heart is breaking. My first reaction at this point is to skip mass shooting videos. This is why I'm sad for the families, community, and the frequency of these shootings. What's up, Doc? Did you hear about this one? It's a shooting in Chicago. They're calling it a mass shooting. 2 people dead, 7 people injured. Just happened, I don't know. So it said Friday. I wonder if there's some more videos. Let me see if there's something that's more concise. Because he was rambling.
But I don't know. I don't think that this
Laura,
should be
thank you for
called
that.
a mass shooting. I think this should be, because this was some personal vendetta, some personal beef. You know what I'm saying? Between an individual and the assailant. So I don't see why it has grounds to be called a mass shooting. That
I want to
creates
say
hysteria. If you
I
ask
want to
me,
say it only has to be 2 people, I think. 2 people die and they call it a mass. I think they say 2 or more, some shit like that.
Now to that breaking news we talked about at the top of the show. 10 people shot on Chicago and state, and this morning we've learned 2 of them are dead.
Not what we want to wake up to, but this is the news this morning. We have live team coverage. CBS 2's Marissa Power following the ongoing investigation, but we start with CBS 2's Mugu Odigwe, who's live at the scene on the near north side to break down how all of this happened. Another large unruly gathering.
Yeah, good morning, guys. This is so sad. We're told the shooting happened outside this McDonald's. Police, paramedics are no longer here, but you can tell this was a very active crime scene. We have seen the window behind the McDonald's. It is broken. We can't really show you that right now. But also on the ground, we saw some of the equipment that paramedics left behind. But take a look at this video, though, because this really gives you a sense of how intense the scene was. This is near State Street and Chicago Avenue. You can see paramedics treating people on the ground there. One by one, they place some victims in a stretcher before pulling them into an ambulance. At some point, a fight even broke out between some people at the scene, and police had to step in. Then there's the window at the McDonald's where the shooting happened. Again, as I mentioned, it is shattered. Just a really busy and active scene. According to Chicago police, this shooting happened just after 10:40 last night. Again, 10 people were shot. 2 of them did not survive. One man described seeing other people trying to get away from the scene.
I literally just got home. I walked into my apartment's lobby and I saw 2 girls running in, and they were like crawling on the floor. They looked absolutely terrified. They looked like just traumatized, honestly.
So exactly what led up to the shooting is still not clear right now, but our Marissa Parra is also live at the scene with more on the investigation. Marissa.
Mugo, we know one person is in custody. We don't know anything about that person at the moment. Details are really scant, as you mentioned. But one thing we're looking into is what exactly played out at this red line CTA stop. This is the Chicago stop right across the street from where all of this happened. Take a look at video of what we saw overnight. You can see police roping off the CTA stop. You can see not just police presence, but again, taping on the stairs, also on the platform themselves. At the same time, they were roping off the McDonald's. You can see them inspecting the tracks. Of course, we're working to find out what exactly happened. Both police and CTA have not gotten back to us about whether this is in fact related to the mass shooting. Now, aside from the person they took into custody sometime in the last 4 hours, the only other thing we know about the investigation is police say they recovered a handgun at the scene. Now, as for those victims, we also have learned that between all 10 of them, they were taken to Northwestern, Stroger, and Illinois Masonic hospitals. Naturally, we're really working hard to work on finding out more details.
Wow. Local news station. Their sound was terrible. They didn't freaking think about that before they did the location. Like, wow, they need a producer. It was like, you got to be on location. So, but what about the train and the buses and stuff in the background? Fuck that. The sound will be fine. Like, it don't sound good. The sound is fine. They can't even hear me. I can't even hear myself. I'm the producer. I'm the one who went to Yale. Did you go to Yale?
A proper producer would have gotten the schedules for the train, so they wouldn't have been and told them to broadcast and had them broadcast in between trains.
Exactly. You could have just did the timing. You could have timed it. Just wait, shoot. wait, shoot. They was obviously shooting randomly as hell because the trains was pulling up and pulling off while they was talking. That's crazy. So Doc sent me the article.
I don't
Let's
know
look
how
at it.
often, but I've worked over there in Chicago, over there where the trains come through, at the CTA trains or whatever come through, and man,
They come back to back.
they come back to back, bro. Like they're, because so many people ride those trains, they are back to back, back to back, back to back. I mean, literally, there's one with people getting off and boarding on, and then as soon as that one leaves, there's another one pulling right in.
Yep. Some of those are on 5 to 7 minute schedules.
Yeah.
And about 5-7 minutes, that's all you need to do the little segments that they was doing right here.
Yeah. Yeah. They were trying to be the first news channel out there on the scene, probably, more than likely. You know how they do in Houston. We're coming to you live from KPRC headquarters, where you'll see this only. You'll see this first.
we have breaking news. We have the story first.
Yeah. That's pretty much all it is.
Doc sent me the article, so let's read over it a bit. Educate us ourselves. It says, who is this? NPR. A shooting in Chicago leaves 2 people dead and 8 wounded. Associated Press. Chicago, 2 people are dead and another 8 wounded following a shooting near a fast food restaurant in Chicago that sent bystanders scattering, and authorities said the shooting happened about 10:40 p.m. Thursday near McDonald's on the city's near north side, a few blocks from the city's magnificent Mile shopping district. One person was taken into custody and a weapon was recovered, police said in a statement. Details about what led to the shooting weren't immediately released by police, but a witness, Deanna Jackson, 18, said the shooting appeared to stem from a fight outside the restaurant. Okay, so this wasn't like a terrorist act. When the fight first started, we were right next to them, Deanna Jackson told the Chicago Sun-Times. We had to run because I didn't want anyone to swing on me. The shooting comes amid a surge in deadly violence in the city in recent years, and it follows a deadly shooting last weekend in downtown Chicago, Millennium Park, that killed a teen and led the city to tighten a curfew for young people as part of efforts to curb violence. As paramedics and officers responded Thursday, a fight erupted between 2 people across the street from the scene of the shooting, the Chicago Tribune reported, and some people crossed the line of police tape and argued with officers before they were moved away. Police didn't immediately release their names or ages of the dead. Additional details about circumstances of the shooting weren't immediately released. An investigation was ongoing. So that's basically it. That's all they can say when when it's really fresh like this. I'm sure they have more information, but because we heard more in the other video, but they did give us something about the fight and so forth. So we know that it wasn't like a terrorist act or whatever. Just like some fucked up shit that happened. And it shows that people don't care. Like you're having a fight between y'all, and y'all okay with shooting random people? Just don't care. No value for life.
Nope. Nope. And this is nope.
It's Doc says we have found out that one of the dead was a father of 2.
And this is the argument when these mass shootings happen against black people, whatever. It's first thing that the media says, like, they're killing
Black
each
on
other
black
and
violence.
yeah.
What about black on black violence?
Yeah. And it's like what Doc was saying. He would like to find out more, and and I was in agreement with them. I guess for me, it's just I get tired of these people with these racially charged, or this whole these this lone wolf type of mentality, or they get off on insanity and this and this and that, and while the victims of this crime is often left to deal with those that survive, or those that die, that didn't even have a chance at life, is often forgotten about, and this person pretty much lives on, and somebody later in years interviews them, and first thing, oh, I wish I could take this back, and it's like, I don't know, bro.
Well,
It's
see,
very frustrating.
this guy, the Buffalo guy, he is likely to get by with some sort of insanity, because you have to be batshit nuts to do something like this. This is just some dude shooting at somebody else here. This is negligent, friggin' callous death.
Yeah. That there.
This guy. He doesn't need to go to prison for life or anything like that. He doesn't need to get the death penalty. He does need to spend a few years in jail and maybe some years building some sort of community project or something like that, getting kids to not do stupid shit like this, stay out of gangs, whatever.
Yeah, man. And but still, and I
But
think
this guy can't get mental insanity because he's just stupid.
And I think that this argument is what brings up that what Deuce was saying and makes it legitimate what the people say when they say the black on black crime and how like indiscriminate, not caring about life. You know what I'm saying? That is a real issue.
Mine now is more important than anyone else's ever, forever.
Yeah, it's selfishness to the extreme. And it really fucking bothers me. And that is an issue that needs to be addressed and talked about. Like, it can't be put on the show.
Yep. 3348.
I look at it this way. Someone that looks at me dead in the eye and said, I'm robbing you because I need food for my family, I'm going to look him dead in the eye and say, so you bought a gun instead of food for your family.
Yeah, go pawn that gun.
Yeah.
Say, you're going to put my family at risk because you say your family's hungry. You just want to steal.
Well, people
and
feel
I'll
like
hand him my wallet as I'm fucking saying that shit to him too.
But people feel like, whatever they're going through is more, important than whatever the hell you're going through. Like, that's basically how they look at it. It's like, I'm struggling and that's it. I got to eat. So you're my food right now. So that's just what it is. Which is a really fucked up ass way to fucking think.
You're my food. You're my prey. I'm not a worker. I'm a hunter. And you have defined yourself as that.
Yeah. And they choose that lifestyle. They choose that street like lifestyle but see, it's the struggle. It's crazy because that's choosing the struggle. I don't know. Like I said, I'm tired.
Say, man, when you go out there, I get it. To me, this is where it would be more understandable. Okay. If you choose to go steal food because your family's hungry, because your child is crying and won't stop crying because, they're hungry, their belly's hurting, they getting hunger pain, that would make more sense to me to catch you, to be more willing to say, okay, if I let's say I was a general manager or a manager of a store and I caught you stealing food, and I'm escorting you to the office or whatever, and you're like, please don't take me to jail. My child is hungry. I'm unemployed. I don't have this. I don't have my heart. That would tug at my heart to say, okay, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would let you ride. I would be more willing to pull money out of my pocket at that point.
I'd let you have the food.
And buy that
you know what?
food. Yeah.
I'd tell you need to come in for a couple of hours a week. I'll give you a few bucks so you can get bus money to get around, and I'll let you take a meal home to your family.
Yeah.
But you just get a little work for it. Clean up.
Yeah.
Stock some shelves.
Yeah, but you coming to rob me? You're putting a gun to my head and saying that you're robbing me because your family's hungry. Nah, I don't understand that shit. You know
Well,
what I'm
see,
saying?
I'm also a little more lenient towards someone that comes in and robs a store and leaves the people alone.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
mean,
not
but
saying
that's how.
that's right or good. And I'm not
Nah.
saying anything positive about it other than I have more sympathy for someone that robs the business and leaves the people alone. Because, and I know all businesses don't have insurance. They should if they can, but I get it when they don't, especially if they've been robbed. They've been robbed twice. They can't get insurance anymore. You know, 3 big black owned businesses, 20, 40 years in New York, have all pulled out of those, Chicago, excuse me, have all pulled out of those neighborhoods where the cops started going and stuff like that because they got robbed 3, 4, 5 times. Sneaker business got hit for $10,000, $30,000, and $60,000 over the course of 6 months, 3 times. They said, "Forget it, man. We're gonna go to another place where they don't rob us, or another neighborhood where they appreciate us being here."
Yeah.
And these are guys that grew up in the neighborhood.
Sad.
Yeah.
I did you an
My
ABC
God.
link from
It's
about
like
4
the
or
same
5
time.
hours ago about that tells about the guy.
What's that? I'm sorry.
I sent you an ABC Chicago link that was from 5 hours ago where they identified one of the victims.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was thinking about playing it. I mean, reading it, but I don't know if I want to read it because I pulled it up and looked at it. It's the guy, he had twins. It's really sad. I don't know if I want to read that because it's really
Not
sad.
not a problem either.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to have everybody crying and shit.
Like I say, I'm just sending info. What you do with it is you.
This
And
one
I agree
says.
with you.
This one says, "Why is Jeff Bezos feuding with Joe Biden? Perhaps it has something to do with the fact that Biden's tax plan would make the top 10 billionaires pay $215 billion over the next decade." I hate how they always use icons of people's names like Jeff Bezos, Joe Biden, like this. I wish they would just leave those names out. It says one visit to the White House got these billionaires writing letters, tweeting nonsense, and even making videos. Keep organizing, people. Eon, you next. Be afraid. Be very afraid. The unions are coming. Christian Smalls. That's the guy who did the Amazon.
See, thing is, Elon treats his people really, really good. He discourages unions, but he listens to his people. You know, he doesn't really like the idea of a union because he doesn't want to be strong-armed by a union. But when his people bring him problems, he throws money at them because he recognizes the value of his people. I've never heard anyone say about any of his companies that I hate working here.
What didn't he get sued a couple times for by black people for being racist or some shit like that? It wasn't. It wasn't
Everybody
him.
got sued in the last 2 years over that shit.
Yeah, but I want to say he lost a couple times.
Necessarily don't mean he lost. He could have just settled, bro. It's a
Also,
lot easier
remember
just
when
to settle.
when he gets sued as the owner, a lot of times all the stuff, the decision making and stuff, goes down below him. But you notice he steps up and goes, "My company, my fault."
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's what I was gonna say. In a lot of situations, I mean, it's probably he didn't have anything to do with it, but you know, still, it's his company, and you know, saying he treats his employees well, maybe. I mean, maybe some of them. Maybe he doesn't treat all of them the same way because to settle, if he settled, that's an admission of guilt. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of ways.
But again, what guilt? What party was guilty? Yea, he may have settled. Yea, he may have lost. But you know, again, those decisions were probably not his in the first place. They were someone under him, and he didn't know about it. I mean, I'm sorry, I've watched him and followed him for a while, from being kind of weird and creepy to still being kind of weird and creepy, but actually starting to share what's up with him. You got to remember too, he's on the spectrum, which is what makes him a little difficult to watch. You know, he's
hard to
borderline
understand.
Asperger's.
Yeah, and he's kind of hard to understand.
Which I'm borderline Asperger's too, so I identify with him a lot too. Not as close to the spectrum as he is, but enough that 40 years ago they would have they gave me training and stuff like then. Today all they would do is just drug me.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I ain't gonna lie. Man.
Wake that ass up. We out here serving the people right now, sir.
I know, man. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do it. Not gonna be able to do it. I'm trying. That damn. Let's touch on the freaking what's the name, because I don't know nothing about it, so y'all can fill me and the audience in on, because this shit keep going down my timeline. But the fucking shit about and I didn't really want to talk about it, but the shit with what's his name, Johnny Depp and his wife.
I don't know much about it either. I know he's suing her for defamation of character because she lied and said that he was domestically abusing her.
Okay, it started out when she did a thing for a paper and said that he was abusing her and stuff, and their article was titled, "Why Would Disney Continue to Hire Wife Beater Johnny Depp?" And he lost Pirates of the Caribbean, he lost J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter world, and he lost something else, all because of that article. You know, because the Me Too movement and shit was going on. So he sued her for $50 million for defamation. And because all that came out, and he lost one thing already, he lost that original one, but he came back with this because of all the Me Too and shit. They've both got recordings of each other, and it basically boils down to he sued her for $50 million for screwing up his contracts, and she's suing him for $100 million for ruining her career, which technically she really wouldn't have had if it wasn't for her, you know, sleeping with him and Nicolas Cage and Elon Musk and James Franco and all that fun stuff. By the way, she's batshit freaking psycho. She's from Texas. I've met her before. I was a bartender and served her table before. She's crazy.
I believe it.
She's titty dancer crazy.
Yeah, I saw the picture. It looks like it was poop. That's one of the things that I saw from the story, because I figured like it's just a bunch of mess, so that's why I don't care about it. But she pooped in his bed or some shit, and he took a picture of it. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, they're saying next year we're not going to be seeing Elf on a Shelf. We're going to be seeing Herd on a Turd.
Yeah, man. And then she was like, I thought it would be funny or some shit. Like, it's not fucking funny, bro.
This bitch, that's crazy, bro. If my chick shits in my bed, bro, we done. My wife shits in my bed, we're done. And she's not sick, you know what I'm saying? Like or she's not finna get ready to fucking go in labor, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that, we're done.
The accidents happen, but that's some, well, no pun intended, that's some bullshit. Or blonde shit, I guess.
Like, come on, bro.
That's
like,
going too far.
Like you lay in this bed and shit in my bed and then think I'm gonna look at you the same way? I'm supposed to fuck you the same way? Like, nah, you shitty bitch. Get out of my bed. I don't like, I know people shit because that's a natural thing, but you doing something like that, you are a what they call a serial shitter. Like, nah, you nasty. You probably go shit and don't wipe your ass. type of motherfucker. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, talking about it's funny, trying to be funny. Like,
I
that's not
guarantee
funny.
you, she shit in my bed, she'd never get eaten again.
Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand if you sick, you know what I'm
That
saying? You
ruins
got
the
a
whole
stomach
snack
bug.
bar.
Yeah, are you about to go in labor? Because sometimes when women are going in labor, it feels like they got a shit, and sometimes some women do have bowel movements. But for you to just lay there and shit and then laugh like hee, like, bitch, I'm trying to call I'm finna call Bental Behavior Institute. Y'all need to admit this, bitch.
So I think just from the little clips I saw, it looks like he was the one being abused. And it's so hard for men to say that they're being abused. Because that's abuse. Because he obviously didn't like it because he took a picture of the shit and saved it. He didn't even show the shit until this court thing happened.
They were both being complete assholes and drunk, violent, druggy craziness with each other, like artists and titty dancers do. But yeah, he kept his mouth shut. He kept it down. She was the one that went to the press. She was the one that took it out of the house. You know, and basically it was, you know, there's a recording saying, what are you going to do, Johnny? Are you going to tell the world that you're abused? Do you think they're going to believe that you're a victim of domestic abuse? Do you really think you were being abused? And he sat there and he goes, well, yeah, I do. And then you find out through this, his dad was also abused by his mother, which would explain why he wouldn't talk about it and keep it quiet. I mean, it's a family thing. It's kind of shameful.
Yeah, I don't think I want to be telling people either. Hey, man, my wife, she has this weird fucking fetish where she just shits in our bed. Like,
and she thinks it's funny and shit. I don't think it's funny, but you know, we are married and shit.
But you got to realize too, these guys, this lifestyle they live, they drink a quart of wine to chase down 2 Adderall for breakfast. I mean, and that's just the start of the day. You know, those mega pints of wine. They'll drink one of those big old glasses of wine, chase down a couple of Adderall for breakfast.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's just the
because
start
Adderall
of the day.
keeps you awake all day, and then it curbs your appetite.
Yeah, but you know what it does? It means the alcohol has nothing to do. You know, it keeps you awake instead of letting the alcohol shut you down. It destroys the proper process of nature. Kind of like Red Bull. The idea is you drink enough, you shut up, you pass the fuck out.
Your body
with
shuts
the Adderall,
down.
With the Adderall or Red Bull, you keep getting drunker and drunker and going batshit nuts. Next thing you know, you wake up 3 days later in another town with pictures of you shitting all over a bed and chopping off people's fingertips.
God damn.
You talk like you know, like you've been there before, Doc.
Dude, I was a bartender for 15 years straight. I have, well, I'm a bartender and a minister, so either way, I'm really not allowed to talk about it.
That one
I'm
time.
not leaving the show. I'm just gonna mute real quick. I gotta blow the tank pressure down.
All right. That one time in band camp, or what was it? Y'all was talking about what is it? The border of Tijuana. That one time in Tijuana, or that one time in Vegas. They're like, no, we can't talk about that. Those stories are left untold.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless it breaks a federal law.
Yeah. So, but shoot, I bet you in Tijuana, it's all kind of laws being broken.
You know, one of the reasons I never went to Tijuana was because back in my day growing up, one of the most money-making professions at the time was kidnapping gringos. And I ain't got nobody willing to pay any money for me, so I just didn't want to go there.
He was like, they're going to kidnap me and ask for somebody to give them some money. My family going to say, shit, we ain't got no damn money. It's like, well, they just gonna kill me then. They're just gonna be like,
No,
shit.
my family would be like, well, is he bugging you yet? If you give us 5,000, we'll take him back.
You pay us to take him back. That's how this gonna go. Okay, so now they keep bringing up the border crisis, because I saw a few clips already about the kids in cages again. Let me see what they're talking about here. Did they say anything in this? Hold on. I don't want to play Vlad.
It was about to get.
Judge says CDC can't end the Title 42 rule. Is that all they're saying? I don't know. Let's see. It says a federal judge ruled the border policy expelling migrants enacted during the pandemic must stay in place. Oh, okay. That's what it is. That's not really news, and that's not really surprising. Yep. Speedos. I used to wear them all the time, too. Halle Berry, Halle Berry. Halle Berry, Halle Berry. Everybody's graduating. My ass is supposed to be done with school, and I'm not. Spanish keep kicking my ass. Watching everybody graduate is fucking with me. What school is this? It's just a T. James Taylor. Oh, that's a high school. Well, congratulations. Confusion intrigues as PDP postpones primaries again. What country is that? Shit, I recognize this guy, but I don't know what country that is. I think that's South Africa. Oh, I think we could play this. Is this Vice? Is Vice? We might get in trouble with
The case. Putin's number one objective in going into Ukraine was to erase its independence, erase its sovereignty, to bring Ukraine fully back into the Russian fold, to make it part in some fashion of Russia. That's already failed. We see that in the extraordinary courage and conviction of the Ukrainian people. We see that in the fact that they've repelled this aggression. We see it in the fact that they are more unified than they've ever been. And I can safely say that an independent sovereign Ukraine is going to be around a lot longer than Vladimir Putin is on the scene. So by that measure, Putin's own measure, he has already failed. He also tried to divide the West and divide NATO. It's had exactly the opposite effect. The alliance is more united than it's been. Other new countries are knocking on the door to join. Everything that President Putin has tried to prevent in what he sees as Russia's interest, he's actually precipitated by his actions.
Well, you can hear what the narrative is definitely through in his words. And then all of that speculation in there. I could tell you, what did he say? I could tell you that Ukraine's going to be around longer than Putin will be. So what does that mean, bro? What are you talking about? So Doc, did you hear about the Mariupol in the Donbass region? It fell, right? The Russian troops took over Mariupol. I think that was like yesterday or the day before. And so that's a new region that they had taken control over. That's Lotto.
Well, right now, the best strategy they could have is those two fronts that they've got stretching together in the middle. They want to pull that front together and separate the defenders into two separate areas. That way they can corner off the smaller ones and maintain a front on the other side, and then they won't have anyone at their back. Then they can send everything back toward the front, which would be the main part. I mean that simple strategy right now, and that looks like what they're trying to do. They're trying to push that bubble together to cut the Ukraine troops in two directions. That way they can take out the smaller forest that can't be resupplied because they don't have anyone around it, while the bigger side has a country or two that they can still get stuff from. Not a military strategy. I just play a lot of war games.
Yeah. So what about the food region? Because I think that do you know about that? Because one of the reasons Putin is pushing into the areas, right? Isn't there a lot of food grown? Because Russia has a lot of space, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of space to grow food because of like the weather. So like, isn't that a thing related to this? What do you know about that, Doc?
I'd have to look more into it. I really only know a few superficial things. Most of my knowledge about this country and the wars and stuff like that goes back to like 16th century and before, because I write fantasy and stuff, which comes out of the legends, medieval times, things like that, way less modern eras. But yeah, that's the one thing. If there's a breadbasket, they want to take that. If they intend on keeping the country, they want to keep it intact to be able to produce food for everybody. And if they really want to cripple them, they're going to hold it and take it out to where they can't produce food for the people that are there.
Yeah.
Plus, normally flat land like that has a lot of good ways to open ground to move troops and traffic through better so than some of the other regions in the mountains and nearby areas.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's what I feel like. It's always more to the story than like what they're saying. Even when you go into it and they just like kind of pick it apart, there still be stuff that's left out, other parts. And I think this breadbasket thing is a part that's being left out.
It's definitely part of the strategy, but either way, they're going to move to keep it because they either need it for long term or they want to control it so they'll have a food supply for troops for their area. I mean, it's too useful of an area to destroy.
Yeah.
So
they want
to occupy it, and being a larger area, the Russians with better equipment and stuff like that can easier take it and defend it than a whole bunch of the guys because they just don't have the equipment. The Ukrainians are running out of tanks and things like that really quick because, they just can't replace them.
Biden just approved another $80 billion the other day to send to Ukraine.
Yeah, print some more. Why not?
They should have plenty of fucking tanks.
Well, we can't send them tanks. We can't send them guns. We can only send them money. We can't send them anything of actual military aid other than like ammunition, maybe like some light rockets, stuff like that. Otherwise, if we get too terribly involved in it, that's when Putin can turn around and say, fuck it, you broke your agreement. Let's start bombing places. Because you notice there's been no hardcore bombing yet.
Yeah, he's going in light.
He could have taken this and ended it in 3 days.
Yeah, he's going in light. There's a lot of Russians, that's there in Ukraine. He doesn't want to destroy Ukraine.
Well, no, if he wants to rebuild Russia back into its great days, remember Kiev was the capital of old Russia.
Yeah.
And I'm still saying, man, that's what he wants to do. I'm beginning to think that maybe he is dying. And he's trying, before he dies, to make his name and restore Greater Rus. Just like he was talking about in that essay that he wrote right before, about 3 years ago. about how, the heart of old Russia needs to be revived and born, that the rest of the world is falling into corruption, fallen away from God, which is really weird because they tend to be a atheist state, yet at the same time the Russian Orthodox Catholic Church is really big. But
Yeah.
they were a mecca for, religion, education, art, and stuff like that, long before the Boyers, all before all of that, the whole revolution stuff came, and basically the revolution, the famine, and then the authoritarian governments.
Yeah. But maybe a part of maybe he's not really trying to establish the greater Russia, but just trying to establish food supply for Russians in the future.
I don't know.
This is a Johnny Depp clip since we talked about
That's
him.
crazy, bro. To even think the guy looked, to me, I guess because I don't pay much attention, the dude looks healthy, but I've heard several people say he's like terminally ill.
The last couple of pictures I've seen, he looks a little puffy, a little pale compared to his normal self. Just take a look at him back when Trump visited him, and look now. His face looks a little paler. He looks a little not fat puffy, but like stung by a bee puffy, like ate shellfish puffy.
Yeah.
I think he's just getting older, and he's just taking those camp pictures. We're in wartime propaganda. This is upper level shit going on. So PDP, People's Democratic Party of Nigeria. So it was Nigeria, was that guy earlier. Man, it's weird how the United States is so friendly to Nigeria, and Nigeria has this positive ass image or whatever, but they shady.
Acted in a way that was out of control with you.
Yes. Mr. Depp threw a wine bottle across the room, the hotel room on one instance in Las Vegas while we were shooting Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. He's just a jealous man, controlling. Where are you going? Who are you going with? What did you do last night? I had a scratch on my back once that got him very, very angry because he insisted it came from me having sex with a person who wasn't him.
During the time that you were in a sexual relationship with Mr. Depp, was it common for him to say things to you about being controlling, to use your words, or being jealous of you?
Yeah, very common.
And when, in these instances, when Mr. Depp became jealous or controlling, did he also become angry?
Yeah. And demanding.
Did there come a
I don't know, bruh. If you got a scratch on your back, I might have a problem with that shit too. I'm gonna need you to explain this, and don't be vague.
Is he losing that case?
Like I say, I have not been following it.
Depends on who you're paying attention to. If you're paying attention to all the women's talk shows and everything, he's losing. If you pay attention to the fact that when Amber Heard walks in or when the jury walks in, they don't make eye contact with her, that tells body language and stuff. That says that he may not be winning. They don't believe her. They don't want to meet her in the face anymore because they feel like they're going to vote against her. Me, I'd be staring right through her freaking skull.
That little clip right there, I mean, that's all I've seen of it, and I don't believe her from that part. Talking about he's mad because I got a scratch on my back. Well, bitch, where did the scratch come from?
That wasn't even her. That was Ellen Barkin.
Oh, okay.
They're allowing people to testify by video and stuff now.
So wait, how does this person's testimony
Relate then.
Because when he was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they were sleeping together, and she's saying, "Yeah, he threw a wine bottle. He was mad. He was
Oh, it's like a
controlling."
character. It's a
Yeah.
character witness. Okay. Okay.
Basically, he's
That's
been a
bullshit.
drunk, loud, angry guy with privilege for a long time. He yells at women and stuff like that, but at the same time, most of the women, and if you know anything about her, most of the women he goes out with are psycho. I mean, it's a mutual kind of thing going on in most of these.
Yeah. So yeah, so I guess he's attracted to crazy bitches.
There are reasons for that.
I was right when as I said it, I was thinking. Yep. There might be a connection.
Been there, done that. Got stitches there, got a burn there.
But the sex was fire.
Had a knife thrown at me while I was working behind the bar.
But they had that womp womp. Oh man, that macaroni.
Fucking howled like an opera singer.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, so anyways, I guess, hey, if you want to, keep dealing with crazy bitches and dealing with their drama, then I guess more power to them. That's another reason why I ain't been following this shit. So like, I don't give a damn. These rich people problems, like, you know what I mean? I really don't care. Like, I don't care at all.
So let's put it this way, that Buck Cherry song had it right.
Yeah. So
Man, that boy Chaka, Doc. That's why you and Doc such good friends, because y'all got the same interest in women. Chaka like crazy ass women too.
I had to what I say,
Yeah.
I had to wean myself off of that.
I can't do it, bro. I don't want somebody. I got this man. Hey, I know somebody right now, bro. Like literally, when his wife want him to make love to her, like literally, she start an argument, they fight, she punch and hit him, all kind of shit, bro. And she like this dude was telling us this shit at work. She like for him to grab her around the throat, bro, and throw her on the bed and just like no kind of leading up to it, just straight rough sex. And he was like, after that, this bitch is like, ain't nothing happened. Like she gets up, cook dinner, clean the house. Like I'm like, damn, bro, you want to deal with that shit? He's like, man, she make great money, bro. That's how I got all these toys around here. She buys them. I'm like, fuck that.
Sounds like a parasitic relationship.
Shit, crazy. I can't do it, bro. I ain't trying to fight. If I gotta fight you for the pussy, I don't want it.
Hey man, the oldest profession is good for both genders.
What are you talking about? A prostitution? Yeah. But what about wrestling? I mean,
the difference between a hooker and a housewife ain't really much but a zip code, right?
Yep. So these dudes that be
Hey,
couch
a
surfing,
door key.
these dudes that be couch surfing with these chicks, they basically doing the same thing. You know, it does go both ways. Just don't call it that. That's another reflection of society. So men could sell it, and they'd be like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like, or they probably give you a high five, like, "Oh, you can get. They'll pay you for this." But if a woman does it, she's a whore. You're a Jezebel.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You'd be
What was it?
amazed what people are into, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say wrestling. Did we talk about that on the show? I think we did, but like, what was it? The Greeks or was it the Romans? They oiling up. What do you know about it, Doc? Explain it. They oil up, wrestle, get in the hot bath, and then have sex with each other. It's like there's no women in the room either.
Oh shit.
What?
That's one of those things that come from people learning like reading one paragraph of history and making the whole thing all about it.
So, well, explain it.
Yeah, there is a comment. The Greek is the reason anal is called Greek is because it was kind of predominant in their little culture going on. I mean, you're asking me to sit there and explain something that's like hundreds of years old. I don't have my references on, and I'd have to do some research on. I mean,
yeah, I'm putting you on the spot.
I mean,
yeah,
but no, that's not all it was about. Did that happen? Probably. You know, I mean, if you think about it, most of our modern philosophers are basically built on the shoulders of freaks.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, Aristotle, Sophocles, they were both known for playing with little boys.
Shit. And more
But they're
recently,
still considered some of the... Matter of fact, there's a song called Standing on the Shoulder of Freaks. I'm going to find it and send it to you. I'll try to get like a stage comedy performance of it so it'll be less likely to get a hit than like an audio recording.
okay, cool.
If,
Yeah.
if necessary, we can stop it at a point or two to make commentary on the lyrics so far, and that also helps you from getting a hit.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up. It's too. The whole song is too fucking funny.
fucking yeah. So what was we saying about the oiling them up and wrestling and then you said history kind of oversimplified. But didn't they all the statues? Oh, that's what I wanted to say. You said those guys were freaks, and I was gonna say like, well, the guy that's like one of the fathers of philosophy. I mean, I don't know that they had any evidence of him doing anything freaky, but this dude was definitely mentally demented. We mentioned him before in the show. At the moment, because I'm tired. I can't think of his name, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. But also though, all the pictures and the statues and shit of them wrestling was them naked, right? Didn't they wrestle naked? For a show for people to watch?
Or with a loincloth on. I mean, they wouldn't have oiled up before the match because you couldn't get a proper hold, and wrestling was about holds. Or they did a light oil. They oiled up to clean themselves. They would use oil and then they would scrape it off. And that's how they clean themselves in the baths. I mean, it's putting a whole bunch of random things that happen into one sentence and then saying, this is what the Greeks were really like.
Okay. I get
it. That's like saying, you know, black people only consist of rap music, backward hats, and tifuses.
Okay. I get it.
And then, but that's what they're all about, you know?
but they did do that though.
Maybe not like all at once party style, but yeah, all those things happened.
But they did do it though. Oh, man.
Well, you know, there's a reason. Like I said, there's a reason that anal is called Greek. Anal sex is called Greek. You know.
Yeah, that shit.
I know way too much about shit like that, don't I?
Yeah, no, I me too though. I've read freaking weird ass shit. Like I remember because a culture that felt like they had to put the semen in the boys. It was the rite of passage type thing where they was moving from a boy to a man, and they would go to, you know, a place away from how the rituals usually go. It's all boys and men, and then, you know, yeah, they had to put the semen in the boys so that they could have semen to produce to make babies.
I need references on that one.
I'll look it up. I have it somewhere. It was in one of my classes. I was reading that shit. I was like,
I
what
ain't
the
ever heard
fuck?
no shit like that before, but okay.
I would not be surprised on several cultures and stuff like that, but it's like I need more references for time frame so I can understand what was going on and how that fits into my knowledge of history.
Yeah, well,
that could be anywhere from early Spartacus to, you know.
No, I don't even think it was that.
To
No,
Roman times.
No, this was way more recent, and shit, it could have been in Africa somewhere. So, I study cultures everywhere. So I wasn't, that reference wasn't to go with the Greek Roman thing. That was just a reference. Like, that's just another culture. Right now, I can't think of
Okay, I thought
who
we
it
were
was.
talking about classical Western. I'm like, I don't remember that.
No. I'm pretty sure it was. I want to say it was in Africa, bro. I
And
really do. I want to
Eastern,
say.
Asian and Eastern generally shun that, though some Middle Eastern I could believe.
Yeah, I don't. I'd have to look it up. So it just shows it could have been South America too, because I've done a lot of studying in there. So, but it's just those random.
I could believe that being part of Aztec or the other one, the Exa whatever ones. Not the Aztecs, though.
But it.
Yeah, not the Incans, but the Aztecs.
Well, the point is that it's just be random ass shit that they be making up, and they make.
Aztecs were some hard people.
And it'd be like, but it still be having basis in some kind of like logic with the like white and the color white with the blood and the semen and all of that shit. So like having to do with skulls, the bone, blood, all that shit. So there are connections that's logical, but I think that in a lot of times it just be, a lot of the traditions that we do are just excuses to do what we want to do, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to lighten it up. But a lot of the traditions that have been passed down, and we feel like obligated to do them, whenever it was made up to justify something that somebody already was doing, that they wanted to do or whatever. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. Dudes must be blowing a tank, still doing some work.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here. I just had the phone in my pocket. Yeah, I was blowing that sucker down. Pressure keep rising. Product is a little hot. It's the third delivery, so it's a little hotter. So it makes the pressure rise up a little bit.
Yeah.
It ain't much hotter, but it's a little hotter. It'll freeze our ass to death.
Yeah, I'm have to wrap it soon. I'll probably give it another 20-30 minutes. I swear. That's about it. So like, what do y'all want to talk about? Like, to wrap this, I don't even know. I could look for something. Doc, did you find that song? Maybe we can cover that at the end. I usually don't work during the week either, so I'm like, everything is off. Okay, Doc sent me something. I had the
What
Facebook
the hell is that?
closed. Facebook be freezing up my fucking screens because I don't know why Facebook be having a lot of shit going on.
What the fuck is it? Oh, that's a different. This video looked like this dude's face was transforming or some shit.
Oh wait. Oh, these are the lyrics. Okay, we can read the lyrics. That's cool. I'll copy them. Let me see. Can I do that? Yeah.
First one's lyrics. Second one I sent is the actual link to him doing it on a stage.
Oh, let's see if I can get away with playing that. I'm gonna post the lyrics. People can just read them. And I'm gonna pull up the video and see if I can get away with playing it. Let me see. Oh no, probably. Yeah, I might be able to get away with this, with the laughing and stuff. Let's play it. The music is so, but for good reason.
So you'll probably stop it once or
You know,
twice
there's a
to go,
rumor
what did he
that
just say?
when Isaac Newton was first asked how it was that he was able to see so much further and more clearly than everybody else, he answered by saying that he was standing on the shoulders of giants. And so this song actually has little or nothing to do with that incident.
I probably look weird with this shit on.
Ancient philosophy was framed by prodigy. Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. And even though their thoughts were deemed the aristocratic voice, they also had a thing for little boys. Catherine the Great, so it's been said, needed large animals to be fulfilled in bed. From historic rulers to the ancient Greeks, we're standing on the shoulders of freaks. Isn't life pretty? Ernest Hemingway once said. Then he put a bullet through his head. Salvador Dali's surreal paintings were godsend. Never know he ate his own excrement.
Man. And what was the guy who did the one? He was the great artist. He cut his ear off, and he eventually killed himself.
Mozart, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes, like, you look at the art that they made too. They had to tap into a really dark part of themselves to be able to pull that shit out. And I don't know if when you go to a place like that, how the hell do you come back? So I think a lot of times these artists, they really like, I don't know. It's like you burn yourself up. You know what I mean? For people, you know, it's like they really like poured they whole soul out, and it wasn't nothing left.
To create things like that requires a certain damage to your soul that you're searching for ways to heal by writing, by explaining, by telling these stories. You're telling these stories trying to help, get people to understand. It helps you heal by writing. But then some people get that and they go nuts, or sometimes you're just plain tortured and weird in the head, and you just happen to be able to say pretty stuff like Hemingway. But he was into opium and all that too. See, that's the thing. These high functioning people often tend toward addiction and things like that as a way of coping with this other way of thinking that doesn't fit with the world.
Yeah, so like I think that a lot of times, well, the thing is, I think a lot of these people can see the world in ways that other people can't, and that's really what they say art does. It teaches you to see. If you really understand that, so then that's like what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? A great artist is always trying to like help people, a message, touch you.
You can see though why this song, especially for someone that knows anything about like history or and stuff like that, is just like, oh man, this is so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. But what was I gonna say? Fucking the art teaches you to see the pain. Oh, like they don't necessarily have to be misfunctioning people. Like, I think that also, like Nikola Tesla. Like if you once and Albert Einstein is a good example because he got more and more eccentric as he got older. When you start tapping into those parts of your brain, then you don't.
The higher functioning he got, the weirder he got.
You don't fit in with the rest of society. You just can't, because the rest of us haven't tapped into our freaking subconscious enough to even be on your vibration. So you become, and you're tapping in more and more and more. So you're getting further and further and further away from, the masses. I'm gonna play some more of the song.
Underneath the road, got in a rut. So he tried using poison oak to wipe his butt. He couldn't sit for 7 weeks. We're standing on the shoulders of freaks. Truman Capote, needless to say, he'd be intoxicated 20 hours a day. From the great romantic to the ancient Greeks.
Ooh, man.
We're
Quick
standing
delivery.
on
I'm gonna
the
meet you guys again. I'm finna blow down so I can get out of here.
All right.
We're standing on the shoulders of freaks.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Fucking shit, I'm fucking tired. I want to read the lyrics. Let's see. Where does it start? Fucking broke up into a bunch of pieces. Let's play this. Let's see this one. It says, lyrics, ancient philosophy was framed by prodigies, Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates, and even though their thoughts were deemed the aristocratic voice, they also had a thing for little boys. Catherine the Great, so it's been said, needed large animals to be fulfilled in bed. From historic rulers to ancient Greeks, we're standing on the shoulders of freaks. Isn't life pretty? Ernest Hemingway once said, and then he put a bullet through his head. Salvador Dali's surreal paintings were God sent. Freak. Where's the second part? I'm gonna just look at what he sent me. That's a lot easier. You'd never know he ate his own excrement. Then there's Da Vinci, for whom it required dressing in women's underwear to be inspired. From the great romantics to the ancient Greeks, we're standing on the shoulders of freaks. Truman Capote, needless to say, would be intoxicated 20 hours a day. From the modern authors to the ancient Greeks, we're standing on the shoulders of freaks. Oh, that's it. What happened? What's up? What's up, Thriller?
What up, boss?
What's good, man? Good to hear from you, man. How you feel?
Feeling good, man. How are you doing?
Taking it one day at a time.
Feel that.
He would have liked that last segment.
I'm gonna mute my mic real quick.
Song.
All right. Yeah, we was talking about like philosophy and the little song the guy was kind of making fun of, because we were talking about the Greeks, and that's why Doc pulled up this song saying that we were standing on the shoulders of freaks. And I brought up what was the name I was trying to think of? The dude from psychology that was like his dad, his mom. I swear he's competing with his dad for his mom or something. Like, what the hell he's got going on? And it's like, what the hell is that dude's name? You know what I'm talking about, Doc? What the hell is that guy's name? Freud. Sigmund Freud. Am I saying it right? Yeah, that guy. So like, and that's more recent because you was naming names from far away, and what I was saying was like, you know, and his philosophy, well, his psychology or whatever you want to call it, is huge in the psychological stuff. Like it's dominant in the field, and this guy was clearly a freak. Like the more you read about him, the more it's like, what the hell, bro? I mean, like he might have been onto some things, but bro, I really got tired of reading about that guy. It was bothering me to read that stuff. It was freaking, I felt like it was messing with me mentally. I didn't want to read no more of that stuff, bro. Like, ugh. Book after book. And it's all just the reason why boys, they're just competing with their father for their mother. It's a pumped up sexual frustration. Like, what? That might be true for some of them, but I don't know if that's like you mean everybody? Like, no, bro, I don't think so. Some of that stuff is just, I don't know, man. I know it has value, but some of that stuff is just, that's why they need to take in philosophies from around the world. These Western countries love to just be like, okay, we know what's right about all the stuff, so we're going to go with the people that were from Germany, the people from Europe, you know what I mean? Later on, the ones from America, yeah, we could trust those people. If the philosophy didn't come from there, then we might take a little bit of the older Asian philosophy, but you know, it came out of Africa, it's definitely trash. Why are so many of these old Dave Chappelle clips keep floating around?
Some big ass titties.
It's them old Dave Chappelle skits keep floating around. Yeah, I don't know that I would do that.
Ladies, okay, stop. You will never get no respect if you continue to let it be known that you are up for sale. Because when you talk about how expensive you are, that's exactly what you're doing. You're putting yourself up for sale. And then you get mad whenever men treat you like objects or treat you as if you're only good to, service him. It's because you're letting it be known that you are up for sale. We use money to buy goods and services. So when you put yourself up for sale, people gonna treat you like goods and services. Ladies, quit doing this, okay?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That song's hilarious. Big dick energy.
Yeah, you got to say pause now, bro. You got to pause, granddad.
Pause.
What's it gonna say? Oh, so that's what that song was. That was the clip from the and I was just looking at her pictures earlier, but I like her image. I don't care for her music that much, but Lotto, right? Mulatto.
I think so.
Big Lotto, yeah. I didn't even realize that. But the comments that the lady said was good though, because the clip, the meme was like the chick was saying, pick someone that's in your price range. Women are naturally expensive. And she's like, well, so now you make yourself an object. So don't be mad when dudes come and throw money at you, like literally. Smack you in the face with a stack and be like, that's yours, keep that. And you're gonna bend over and pick it up. Money is a tool, man. It doesn't mean nothing to people who have lots of money. So I wish people would stop it with that shit. So if you worship fucking money like that, you're willing to let somebody, if somebody smacked me with a stack of money, I'm not picking that shit up and I'm beating his fucking ass. Whether I'm a man or a woman. Because that's disrespectful. And I'm going to kick that money. I'm going to kick it in the gutter.
Nah, I might do that the second time. First time I'll take the money. Then I'll be able to afford to turn. See, sometimes we can't afford to turn the other cheek.
I don't care. My principles, I don't care. I could be starving. I'm kicking that shit in the gutter. If it's that kind of scenario, that's just how I feel. But that's why I live the way I live. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. Because it may be wrong to do that. But that's just how I feel. I really try to make sure that I'm not, worshiping money. Like I want to make sure that.
Hey man, you lose $200,000 worth of collectibles in a pandemic when they wouldn't even allow you to work and wouldn't give you any money, and your level of what you'll take once will change.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been down and I've been out and I still don't care.
45 years of collecting and saving for that moment in about 4 more years when it was going to be like tripling in value. It was worth about $240,000. In 2024, Dungeons and Dragons has its 50th anniversary. 60% of that collection was going to triple or more in value. Not to mention that there's another version going to come that's already starting to come out between now and then. So all of the older stuff is already rising in prices. Yeah, I had planned this to buy a house, car, and all of that and be done. So all of my money that I got off of retirement and all that was mine instead of having to pay mortgages and shit still.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Dude's probably still busy, but like, what are some lingering impacts from, the pandemic that people are still going through? Like, what is this? Hold on. Is this cool? That's pretty cool. I think my throat would hurt if I tried to vocalize in that way. Groundnut oil, that's what they're getting? It says locals from Ottawa, other villages near Mumbai, Ahmedabad National Highway rushed with cans and other utensils to fill them with edible oil after a tanker with 12,000 liters of unfiltered groundnut oil turned turtle. think that was a translation, so it's kind of off a bit. Because it said turn turtle. I'm sure they meant to say turn over or whatever. Poverty. It breaks my heart to see this. Poverty. Just for an instant relief from inflation. This is really heartbreaking. Let me see. This is really heartbreaking. Hold on. Only Rocky Bye can do this. So sad to see this. They're helping the government to clean roads. I wish someone was smoking out there. Dang, man, it's so some of these comments are mean. In this situation in India, instead of help busy in filling the buckets with oil. This is hate. Y'all gonna hate these people. They're fucking struggling, and y'all gonna hate them for that. Fucking horrible.
Okay, what he was saying was this is the situation in India. They're filming this instead of helping them fill buckets. That's what that comment was saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish I knew more about that. This page is pretty interesting. Anyways, let me go back because I'm getting distracted. My brain. This is called the Hindustan Times. I noticed that a huge part of my audience is in India, so I said I need to learn more about India and cover more India stuff. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it, y'all. Y'all got any final thoughts? Did y'all check out the video? Y'all should watch. If y'all didn't see that video that me and Doc did on Paul Roberson and the other one on Burnett. What was her name? Something Burnett. Bruh, I was watching those videos. I made clips of them. That shit was super informative, man. And nobody's really covering that kind of stuff. And the Kathy Burnett lady, she lost, right? Because now it's down to the Oz guy and the other guy. And look, the polls say the Oz guy might pull this out. It's the Pennsylvania Senate race, I want to say. Yeah, and so the black lady, she didn't make it, but still, like it was, this lady's not gonna go away. We're gonna hear her name again. We will definitely hear that lady name again. So go watch that freaking video. Who is Kathy Burnett? That's the name of the video. And I put a clip on one of these YouTube channels. It's somewhere. Who is Kathy Burnett? Watch that freaking video because that shit was informative as hell. Anyways, I'm finna wrap this. I got to go to sleep, y'all. I have to do it. And I work tomorrow and the next day. And this like the first week I done worked every day in like, I can't tell you how long.
Dude, I close 6 nights a week.
Yeah. So, I'm finna be working like that. That's what I'm finna be doing. But this summer, I want to stack up some paper. So that's my plan. So I'm going to be working like that all summer. Like this all summer. Maybe into the fall.
Well, I tell you, man, they're doing a build out in the front of that building where I'm working at Lasagna House. They're doing a build out. It's like a $50 million or $20 million Social Security office. So there's going to be old people up there, like from open to 7 o'clock in the evening, all the time, right next to a lasagna house. So we're going to be picking up. Daytime's going to be money at that place. Just slam, slam, slam all day long. Pretty soon. Well, pretty soon in government time. So probably a year and a half.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm gonna be working a lot because I need to get my bank account looking nice. That's just how I feel, and I mean that's pretty much it. Because I just was trying to decide on what I wanted to do this summer, and I was like, shit, I decided to just work. That was my decision, and like I
Yeah,
say,
we're aiming. I just paid 2 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks before I got to pay rent here at the hotel again because we're rotating. So I said, look, 6 weeks. I'm saving everything I can. We're gonna find a place with deposits, even if we got to sneak somebody in and out all day long.
yeah, man, and just man, if you got a doctor paperwork, do it, man. This shit is ridiculous. I was playing a video. I don't know if I played it or if I watched it. Cause see now I'm delirious. But the guy was talking about how much it costed for him to rent properly for his kids or whatever, because he had like young adult kids. They were like 21, 22, 25 or some shit. And he was like, it was a regular modest ass 2-bedroom apartment, and it was like, I don't know, $1,200, maybe $1,300, somewhere up in there. And the people wanted 3.5 times the rent or some shit like that. And it was like, he said, what teenager, what early 20-year-old is making, I don't know what the number was, but like $10,000 a month or some shit. Like none of them. And then it's like hardly anybody is making that, really, if you do the averages over the United States. So like I say, if you got to doctor some paperwork to get into the place, fuck it. It's a ripoff anyways. They're so full of shit. As long as you can pay the bills, that's all they really care about anyways. Pay the damn bills.
You would think, right? That's all they care about.
That's all they
Well,
care
right
about.
now, the way we're doing it is we're paying everything on my credit card. So they're sending me the money. So we're gonna have 3 months of them sending me their money and all that. And when I go to apply, I'm just using my deposits. Ain't none of their business, nothing else other than my deposits and what they are for how much I make and is incoming. I also take my cash tips at the end of every week and dump those in the thing, and then my check gets deposited, which they take all my. I only get my cash tips, so it looks like I've got enough to get a 1-bedroom, but not quite enough to get a 2. So. And if I got to, we've been living in a hotel room for a couple of months now. I think we won't kill each other in a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, you
But I
gotta do
don't know
what you
how
got.
much we can last here.
Yeah, you gotta get up out of there, and you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, sometimes the deposit can help a lot too. Like if you're willing to put down a big ass deposit, sometimes, like if they want to charge you like a what they call it, like a hazard fee or some
Oh
shit.
no, we're expecting double deposit. Plus, there's 300 per pet deposits.
Yeah.
So that's another $600.
Yeah, you just give them all that money, and if the paperwork is halfway in order, then that's shit. That's it. But it sucks when they fucking they make you pay these damn application fees,
It's
and if they
the
don't take they don't have to give you that money back.
It's the $50 to $100 application fee
That shit adds
and
up,
the $50 administration fee for everyone. That's $150, $200 just to try.
and that shit adds up because you done went to 2 or 3 different places and they rejected you for whatever. Maybe you just didn't have your paperwork in order or some shit. Fucking money costing money.
Yes, sir. Man, yeah, it sucks, bro.
Yeah, so dudes, like that some of these apartments be wanting like 3.5 times the rent and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they want that. Some of them look into your credit. You know, like where I live at. When we got ready to move in, like it was a fucking like bill, a hospital bill or something that I didn't even have any idea of. I like totally forgot about. I had to pay that just to be able to move in. You know, it's just it's ridiculous. But man, Doc, I don't know. I don't know if that would be beneficial to you. I asked my sister about it. She she couldn't remember the name of the organization, but there's an organization there in the city of Houston that if you've been evicted or anything like that, you can go through them and they will get you into an apartment. And basically, you pay your rent and your deposits and all of that stuff to them, and they'll get you into the apartment. It's like a second chance deal. She had to do that to get into the apartment that she's in now. Well, the apartment before she's in now, but it was her daughter's father who actually went through the program. So she was trying to ask him, and because they're not on good terms, he was being a dick about it. So he wouldn't give her the name of the company.
Yeah, see, lack of transportation has us jacked up right now too. We got 3 people, and 2 of us work off of Westheimer and don't have cars. So that's a big hit we're taking right now too. So that's what we're saying. I'm going to save up, and we may not even move to a place. We may find what we can do and see if we can get a second or third vehicle. Because if all 3 of us have a vehicle, then we can turn around and go, okay, now we can get a place anywhere in this rough area of the city instead of being stuck to like Westheimer and Gessner.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there ain't no other buses but Westheimer and Gessner that are stable enough to trust.
Yeah.
And even Gessner, some nights I get off too late. I'll have to, get an Uber or something from Gessner to wherever.
But I say though, it's 1,000 and million apartment complex up and down Westheimer, and on those streets, like the next street over, or just like a block up, and all of that, like all through there.
Yeah, problem is they've got 3 evictions in the last two years because the complex filed eviction on them, and we won twice. And then they filed it again. They changed it to a different judge so they could win. They would have won anyway, but because we were in the wrong the third time, they were in the wrong the other 2. But when they do your record, they don't count whether you won or lost. They only count them filed. So they have 3 evictions in the last couple of years, 3 to 5 years. No one will touch them. They're radioactive. I've got one 8 years ago. They'll work with that because as long as I throw money at it.
You don't have to put everybody on a lease. That's some of the things that be causing problems all the time too, Freaking, they don't need to know who all freaking lives there. This is my guest. That's my guest all the time.
I've always agreed with that, but at the same time, it is a violation, and they can turn around and evict you again if you have people there that aren't on the lease. I mean, you are renting from their house. You are renting a room in their house. That's the thing you got to remember in Texas. That's the way the law is. You are renting a room in their house. They have the rules. They have the power.
Yeah, but
you got 30 days to get the fuck out. Or they give you 30 days. You go to court. They give you sometimes 3 days to a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Anyways, I gotta wrap it, y'all. Peace and love. I'm gonna be back next week because I'm not gonna be on tomorrow. I'm too tired.
That's one to look into. Predatory housing, how it affects the low income. You can do it racial if you want. I say just do it with the low income, because damn it, you and I are part of that. I mean, that it affects people of all color the way this predatory leasing and stuff like that's going on is. That's a social issue. Everyone's talking blah blah this, and the thing is, you can't raise the taxes on the guys that own the property because that's just going to raise the rents more.
It's a mess.
But like I say, that's a whole different topic with all kinds of little branches that are going to come out of that.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna cover.
Then there's China-owned companies, and then BlackRock and places like that buying up all this personal property. Corporations are the largest property owners in the country now,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not even mentioning farms.
That is ridiculous. Anyways, man, we'll be back next week. I have no idea what it's gonna be.
Oh, God damn it. I won't stand for it. We'll be here tomorrow.
And I'm gonna send y'all some stuff. Hopefully I won't send too many videos. I sent a lot of videos this week. I hope Pat feels better. All right, y'all.
I was afraid I was upsetting him last night.
Pat, shit, he's still hurting. He got that still swole up face.
I don't think it was you, Doc. I think it was Chaka, honestly. It was honestly Chaka. It was not you, Doc. Because he was in agreement with what you were saying. It was the shit Chaka kept coming with this peace and love, not war. And Pat's like, man, fuck that. They just killed grandmother and mama.
I was doing that too.
Yeah, but it was me that was pissing him off. I know it was me. I'm doing my job. I gotta make good TV. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Somebody's got to cry, or it's not a good show.
And my co-driver, he was like, yeah, I heard y'all talking last night on your podcast. And I'm like, yeah, my co-driver, like, this motherfucker here has, like, he's ready for war. He's got a fucking militia artillery, like, in his house. And he's like, fuck that shit. He's like, that motherfucker did that. That motherfucker deserved to be shot dead right there on the scene. He's like, fuck that piece shit. Fuck that. He's like, he killing grandmas. And he's like, man, he was like, man, older black women raised me. Shit, he's like, my parents wasn't shit. They raised me. They cooked and bathed my ass, whooped my ass like they did everybody else. He's like, fuck that.
Say not to wish death on anyone for any reason, really, but except pedophiles. But yeah, it's okay to hate them. But this guy, I kind of wish they had gotten him then. I think I fear the repercussions of the circus of his trial, no matter how it is.
Yeah, I just think if they killed him right away, he would go down kind of like a martyr. He'd be remembered forever.
And again, it's another notch on the belt for the anti-gun people when it's like, they're already trying to take them away the best they can. This is just another notch. Hey, he got these legally, so it shows people can. It's like, well, why didn't someone point out the fact this guy was batshit already?
Yeah, he shouldn't have been able to buy the gun legally if he's fucking crazy. And his damn parents should have been involved in that too. Parents should have been like, what the fuck is you doing buying all this shit? It's your crazy ass. That's what I would have said to my kid. I would have said that exact shit to my kid. Like, what the fuck is this? What is you planning? What is going on? Do I need to call the feds? Because you know I will.
Say that shit in your African voice. What the fuck is this? Oh man. Say, bro, man, sometimes like when we're leaving from a heavy topic, man, I wish I had the time to like help you like find like this crazy shit, funny shit, just to kind of make people laugh after a heavy topic. But I keep thinking when you said that, I don't know why I thought about that video of the African dude sitting at the table biting into that cucumber, and he's like, "What is this? This cucumber tastes like shit." The chick was doing herself in the ass with the cucumber before he ate it.
Oh, that's so nasty. The fuck is this?
What is this? This cucumber. This You know how they do. This cucumber tastes like shit.
It's the way they talk that makes it so funny. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, maybe I could try to think of looking for stuff, and whenever I do the show, I can do some feel good, short something, and have it prepped and ready, and I'll already think about it, and then by the end of the whenever we get to the end, I'll just pull that out. That's a good idea.
I'll try to keep, like when I come across
Y'all
shit
can
that I
send me
think that'll
stuff.
make us
Yeah,
laugh. Yeah, I'll send it to you like on
short
Instagram or something.
short
Short video.
clips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's best. Instagram will be a good place to send it too, because it'll make it easy for me to pull it up there and play it on here.
Yeah. I gotta find, because I had to redo my TikTok page, so I'm gonna have to find. It's called Crazy Animal something, where like they would film these animals doing crazy shit. And
Yeah.
the one I could think of is this bear was on somebody's property, and he's yanking on this gate, and they had the gate held by a bungee cord, and the bungee cord popped loose and hit him square in the nuts, bro. You should have seen the dances this bear was doing, rubbing his nuts on the grass and shit, bro. Like, I was like, dog, it was funny, but I felt this pain. It was like, oh, right in the nuts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't have TikTok, so TikTok won't work. I hate that app.
No, I can send it to you. I can send it because you're on my close friends list on Instagram, so I can share it to close friends on Instagram from my TikTok.
And that'll be
Yeah,
perfect.
I mean, I know a lot of people hate that app, bro. But man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. TikTok, like, the last year year before last, when I was going through like that dark moment, bro. Like, I didn't have TikTok. I set it up only for my daughter's use, and I ended up sitting down in the chair with her one day, and she was sitting next to me, bro, and she was like showing me these videos, and I realized I hadn't laughed in probably a year, laughed, smiled, like, and it was just, and that's why I ended up taking to it, just like, it's funny, the funny shit you see, the dance challenges, you know, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's why I like it. It's just, yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, bro. The
Yeah.
randomness to the internet, like y'all say all the time. I like
Yeah.
it, bro. I think it's a cool app,
Yeah, they just got us all scrolling. We was talking about that in the other show. How China, Amina said China don't encourage their citizens to be on those mindless ass apps, and they sell that shit to us so we can be sitting there fucking scrolling all day. And I'm not saying Instagram is any better, because they all really the same. If you're scrolling down Facebook, you're scrolling down Twitter, you're not really being productive. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, I'm talking to the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
but I think, because I mean, on my TikTok, like,
because I
there's a
scroll
lot of
Instagram.
Asian folks on there, like a lot of Chinese folks on there. They
Yeah.
do like these different food challenges, and they post funny videos and shit. Especially since they in lockdown, I'm seeing a whole lot more of that shit. So I don't know. Bro, I think everybody around the world, except for like in places where they don't have internet or not, are not allowed. I think they were saying, like, I think it's North Korea, the citizens are not allowed to have internet or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think in places like that, they might. I think everybody now around the globe, bro, has a cell phone and watch crazy shit.
All right, man. Till next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm probably gonna be changing the schedule soon. But peace and love, y'all. Holla holla.